And we on.
Gia, back up in this once again. Yeah, it's a Wednesday, man. We ain't got no trivia today. I had to take me a little mental break a little bit. Hold on, let me turn this, make sure this shit is straight. Yeah, I had to take me a little mental break a little bit, let my mind. God damn, I don't even know how to turn that shit off. It just basically just sent the notification that we just went live and shit. I don't even know how to turn that shit off on this device. Well, yeah, we just gonna chop it up about boxing a little bit tonight. You know what I'm saying? A good hour or something like that. I see my boy D-Lo up in the building. What's up, bro? What's going down? Way to put your foot in the dirt and cut up field on the motherfuckers last week. Me and you running mates. I had hit you up on Discord. I said let's bust up in that top 10 on the motherfuckers this week. You know what I'm saying? Keep that pressure on. D-Lo said we live. Absolutely we live, man. What's going down with you? You know what I'm saying? Talk a little bit of boxing and shit. Talk a little bit of Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. Uh, look like the fight is official, like a referee with a whistle. I'm a little bit pissed though because I've been hearing like a lot of people complaining, talking about the 84.99 is too much money to be paying for the fight, and I'm just like, damn, man, the time that we live in, if it's a big fight, you're gonna have to pay for it. Why are people sitting around complaining and crying, talking about they want the fight but then don't want to pay? Everybody talking about, man, that's too much money. I'm gonna stream the fight. I don't be hearing the motherfuckers say that when Canelo fight. Canelo against Caleb Plant or something like that. They ain't got nothing to say. But when you got Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford, the biggest fight that we done been involved with, like as far as calling fights, the biggest fight that we gonna watch since we've been on YouTube, $85 is too much money to pay. Mayweather versus Pacquiao was $100. When was that? 2014, 2015, or something like that. I'm just like, man, that shit's retarded. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be mad at Crawford and Spence if they say, all right, y'all don't want to pay $85. Well, fuck it then. Hell, Crawford could say, I'm fighting Avenesian again. Avenesian part two then, since y'all motherfuckers don't want to pay. Earl Spence could go fight Polly Malignaggi or some shit. Y'all motherfuckers don't want to pay.
Hey, it's worth it to me. Them motherfuckers wasn't paying when for Crawford fights when the motherfuckers 49.99. Pay-per-views was low as hell. Got nerve talking about why the fuck is this shit $89. D-Lo, salute, bro.
Yeah, it ain't even 89. It's 84.99. It's 85. You know what I'm saying? And they making it seem like it's too much money. I think well, I don't even think I know that Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia was the same price. D-Lo said, man, if I could go ahead and buy the pay-per-view today, I would absolutely. Square business. He said, I said years ago I would pay $100, so I ain't complaining. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more than $85. I thought it was gonna be 100. You know what I'm saying? Supply and demand. We demanded the fight. They supplied the fight. Well, hell, we gotta pay. It just is what it is. I'm one of them people that complain about pay-per-views a lot. Like when we got two pay-per-views in 1 month, I don't be liking that shit. But we ain't been having a pay-per-view every month. You know what I'm saying? The last pay-per-view was Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. I just think it's a good time for the fight. It's at the end of July. That give us a little break from the last pay-per-view. It's $85. I think that's reasonable. You know what I'm saying? I know if somebody come through here talking about they want a link on fight night or something, hell, they might get blocked. I ain't bullshit, man. You better buy this fight. Everybody talking about they want it. J1 Pro Da Vinci in the building. What's up, bro? Say salute, brethren. Big salute. Salute to you. What's going down with you, man? We're just gonna chop it up about boxing a little bit.
Salute, bro.
Got some fights this weekend in Australia. That shit gonna start a lot later than fights normally start. That shit gonna start at 10:30 my time and go to 1:30 in the morning. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be able to call that shit. But we'll see though. We get closer to Saturday. Well, what's going down with y'all though, man? It look like the fight is official, like a referee with a whistle. We getting these press conferences and shit. It seems like the energy of the fighters is a lot different than the energy of the fans. They understand what they got in front of them. a chance to go out there and make history. One of the biggest fights, you know what I'm saying, go down in history with the greats, with the great fights. I think we got a lot to be happy about. Even the historians been kind of annoying me a little bit, trying to downplay the fight. Talking about, well, it used to be fights like this all the time, back in the 50s and all that kind of shit. But one thing I learned about boxing is that whatever generation you in, people that knew about the older generations, they always gonna say it don't compare. You know what I'm saying? Like, we look at Sweet Pea Whitaker as one of the greatest lightweights of all time. But best believe it was people that said that he didn't stack up to Roberto Duran. And also when Roberto Duran was doing his thing, it was people saying that he don't stack up to Benny Leonard. And when Benny Leonard was doing his thing, people said that he don't stack up to Joe Gans. You know what I'm saying? So it's just always gonna be like that. I say just let us enjoy the era. This is a big fight for us. This is a fight we get a chance to talk about with our kids and grandkids in the future. Let's just have some fun with it and shit. I don't see why it always got to be a comparison. It's a good fight. It's a great fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's enjoy this shit. Winston Lee in the building. What's up with him? D-Lo said the fighters are realistic. The fanboys are delusional. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a big fight. It seems like they enjoying the moment and shit. You know what I'm saying? They doing the face-offs. They up there kind of, laughing and stuff like that. But I don't think that got nothing to do with the ferocity that they gonna come with on fight night. I think they gonna come in there and fight like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. It made the best man win. I want to kind of break it down a little bit, like keys to victory and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not really a person that's gonna break down press conferences and who got the best of the press conference and all that kind of stuff. Even though I will say I was laughing at Bomac earlier, man. That motherfucker Bomac need to get in some shape, man. That man got to take a break in between his sentences. That man say a few words, he got to take a break, then come back and finish the rest of his sentence and shit. He need to get in some shape, man. Bomac need to be ashamed of himself with that shit. For real, you know what I'm saying? Spirit of Justice, man, said, what's up to you? Salute. Said Earl look a bit bigger. Well, we already knew that coming into the fight. I mean, this is a career welterweight. He fought at welterweight in the amateurs. That's at 152. He been at 147 for the entirety of his career in the pros. So I expect for him to be the bigger man. He listed at 5'9.5". Both of them got like a similar type of reach, like 72 inches. You know what I'm saying? So I expect the Earl to be the bigger man. I mean, Crawford started at lightweight. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. D-Lo said, agreed, this is a big one. Yeah, this is a big one, man. This is the fight. They done talked about this fight all over the place, all on ESPN and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's enjoy this fight. This is like a boxing holiday, in my opinion. And we haven't even got a chance to see who's gonna be on the undercards yet. If y'all know anything about the undercards that's coming up, y'all post it in the chat because I haven't heard anything. Hopefully it'll be something that's good though. You know what I'm saying? Some good shit. Joseph Brown, all rise for the Honorable Judge Joe Brown. What's up, bro? Say salute to the corner. What's going down?
Salute, my boy, bro. Gil Cole, salute, bro. Spirit of Justice, salute. Winston Lee, salute.
Gil Cole's in the building. What's up, bro? Say salute to the corner. D-Lo said them boys are going to fight like their careers depended on it. Yeah, man. I mean, just think about it. Like, in my opinion, I think that fighters look at what's going on with other fighters. So, like, I think they looked at what went on with Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. They got a whole bunch of attention off their shit. They made some good money. Presumably, I don't know how much money they got paid, but I assume they made some pretty good money. It was a big event. A lot of people was talking about it. So I think they wanted a piece of that action. And at the same time, I think that they looking at what happened with Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor just went out there and took his first loss to Teofimo Lopez, and he been getting shitted on everywhere. It seemed like people want to try to erase history and make it seem like the man didn't do what he did. The man went on an outstanding run, cleaned out the division, and went out there and became undisputed. We can't take that off the table. But since he done lost one fight, people talking like he's just straight garbage now. You know what I'm saying? So I know that they want to fight against that too, because that could potentially happen to them. If they go out there and whoever lose, people can start piling on and making it seem like the entirety of their career is nothing now. You know what I'm saying? Because they went out there and just took that one loss. So I'm pretty sure they got all that kind of stuff in the back of their mind. Like they want to go out there and get this victory. It's for their legacy. They want to win for their fans. They want to win for their families, for their legacy. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a very big situation for both of them, man. May the best man win. Uh, D'Lo said, "Seem like Bo Mac just keep getting bigger." Yeah, man, you need to go ahead and get in some kind of shape, man. You shouldn't have to take a break in between a sentence. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know. Joseph Brown said, "What y'all think about Earl um posing the question about where the money from the sanctioning fees going that we paying?" He said, "What y'all think about Earl posing the question about where the money from the sanctioning fee? That shit don't even compute in my mind, bro. I don't even be thinking about that kind of shit as far as sanctioning fees and how much motherfuckers getting paid and all that kind of stuff. I
No,
mean,
did you hear what he said though?
what'd he say?
He asking because it really stemmed from Andre Ward said something in the documentary. I ain't even seen it, but he was saying that they making them pay 3% off each title, off each fight, and he was saying where that money going. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't going back to the fighters and da da da. He said they gonna need to talk about it. But I thought that was kind of. I mean, even though it was some real talk, because fighters don't got no type of insurance or nothing like that, right? Like they ain't got no they ain't getting no retirement checks and shit like that. So that's what was the question was posed. But I was saying it's dangerous for that nigga to play with them motherfuckers because them the motherfuckers who be picking the judges and shit. You know what I'm saying? They be
Yeah,
having something to do with the real fight. So if the fight close, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm like, man, that might hurt that nigga fucking with these crooked ass motherfucking sanctioning bodies. But shit, that was some real shit though.
maybe, but it do seem like he got some power coming into this fight though, because he is one of the co-promoters of the event. And like when I be looking at fights to make picks and stuff like that, I don't really be thinking about the influence of the belts, like the sanctioning bodies and shit. I be thinking about the influence of the promotion, the promotional company. You know what I'm saying? Like going against Golden Boy on the zone or something like that. I think that's pretty powerful. It's gonna be hard to beat a Golden Boy fighter on the zone. You know what I'm saying? Because of the promotion. So I that's what I'll be thinking about. I really don't even be thinking about the WBC and how much influence they got on judges and stuff. It seems like the promotional companies got more.
Hey, them fights like when you be seeing like even you see the fighter that's not even the real champion, they be having that logo and shit. The you know what I'm saying, the referee be having the patch on him. They be having the damn security of the officials from they sanctioning bodies in the ring. All they control all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the what's the name? They all agree on who the judges when whatever the sanctioning bodies put out there. The promotion will be like yeah or no. You know what I'm saying? Like Mayweather before, he done scratch judges. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's really mainly up to the sanctioning bodies because they're the ones who commissioning the fight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. That's what I'll be thinking about. That the promotion. Like when I go on BoxRec and shit, and I click on the event, I go straight to who is promoting this shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I really ain't got much of an answer for that shit, man. Joseph Brown said we know with the fan bases that that both have, they will get that treatment. Hold on, we know with the fan bases that both have, they would get that treated. Just hate how fans and media destroy fighters who put it on the line. Yeah, we should be celebrating these fighters that put the shit on the line, man. We be talking about it in theory, like we'll say if a fighter take a loss and stuff, that ain't the end of his career. Well, we need to put that shit into practice. If a man go out there and put it all on the line, he should be celebrated. In this modern day, I know some people to say, well, that's what they supposed to do anyway. But this is in the modern day of boxing. A lot of people be trying to babysit them O's. I just think we need to celebrate these guys for taking a chance. Go out there putting it all on the line and shit for our entertainment and for their benefit as well. You know what I'm saying? But it's just so much different than what we used to seeing. So let's be happy about it. Like I'm not gonna pile on like if Crawford go out here and lose this fight, I ain't gonna pile on that motherfucker for losing. I'm gonna serve my crow and I'm gonna talk my shit and have fun with the fight. But I still respect the man for getting out there. You
And
know,
this is one of the biggest fights that we done had in this division, and one of the best, you know what I'm saying, divisions of history. So I mean, everything about this fight is respectable, man. Especially both fighters. Dr. Sobi, appreciate you, fam.
Dr. Soapy, what's up with it?
Yeah, everything about this fight is respectable, man. Ain't nothing about this fight, you know, not even the trash talking or the timing. I think it's all perfect. It's for all the marbles. I just heard Earl Spence say something about he gave what's the name more money. Everybody's happy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's satisfied, man. It's some shit talking going on, but yet again, it's a level of certain level of respect. You know what I mean? No hate. Like everything should be. Motherfuckers should buy this fight, man, and support this fight. Especially all the motherfuckers who rock with this sport, because this is what motherfuckers want to see. It's for all the marbles, man. The best fight, the best.
Exactly, and I definitely feel like everybody happy because every time I see them, they smiling. Shit, they look happy. And
Right.
we get a chance to see them fight for all the marbles, and somebody old gotta go. Like no matter what anybody say, that's still a part of it, man. When you got two undefeated fighters, two champions going against each other, that do put a little bit of extra spark on it. Like back in the historical days, yeah, it used to be fighters fighting against each other. They'll fight each other 8, 9 times. But there's only one time where you can fight, uh, where you got two undefeated motherfuckers fighting against each other, because somebody gotta lose. And that just put a little extra little sparkle on the shit. You know what I'm saying? These fighters, they ain't too old. Crawford done fought 7 months ago. He went out there and won by stoppage. He beat a guy that went out there and beat Josh Kelly. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just the greatest opponent in the world, but at the same time, he a live body. And
Hey,
Crawford out there and stopped him. Earl Spence coming off one of his best performances of his career, even though it was 15 months ago or some shit like that. But still, though, that was a great version of Earl Spence that showed up against Ugas, man. So I think these are two very comfortable at the towards the end of their primes, but I still think they in their primes at least to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying?
facts. Hey, Voice TV, salute, bro. But
Salute.
here go even bigger seller for a bunch of casuals and just for the history books. You got a former junior welterweight undisputed champion in an undisputed fight for undisputed. Like he could sell this fight all kind of ways to casuals, to his story. This fight right here shouldn't be missed, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially the road motherfucker took. You know what I mean? Crawford coming up from 35 to 47, doing whatever he did versus whoever he fought. Spence doing what he did, and now we here. You know what I mean? Both of them still undefeated. Both of them got respectable titles up under their belt. With Crawford being former undisputed, I mean this is perfect, man. Perfect.
Yep, and both of them got the backstories and stuff. Earl Spencer had his car crash and all of that. You know, that was well documented. And at the same time, Terrence Crawford took a gunshot to the head after a dice game and had to drive himself to the hospital and stuff. So both of them done overcame some adversity outside the ring. They both changed their life up and stuff so they could be on point. Terrence Crawford dedicated himself to the sport. Earl Spence Jr. separated himself from different people, started living on a ranch out there with his horses and all that kind of shit. And then it looked like it done translated to the ring. Crawford he done done his thing. Earl Spence looked the best that he done looked in a long time against Ugas. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a lot of good shit off in this fight. D'Lo said Pitbull Cruz is supposed to be fighting Giovanni Cabrera on the undercard, but that could change. That's a great fight. That's a great fight if that fight takes place, man. Giovanni Cabrera, he was about 65-10, something like that. I know he was a two-time national champion in Mexico. He went out there and put them hands on my boy from Stockton, California, Gabriel Flores. I had picked Flores in that fight too, man. I had everybody betting on it and shit. Flores went out there and got them hands put on and fucking around with Cabrera. But yeah, I got respect for Pitbull, man. Pitbull ain't no easy outing for anybody. And that's an outstanding fight. D'Lo said Ward has said many times that they can negotiate down those sanctioning fees. Okay. I ain't gonna make it seem like I know anything about no sanctioning fee, bro, because I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm really more concerned about what's going on in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying that shit for years.
Hey,
My man,
that's what's the name dropped his undisputed. What's the middleweight? What's the name? He was a middleweight, undisputed middleweight. He dropped his because of them sanctioning fees. Haplotype, salute, bro. El Fanichi, salute, bro.
I thought I smelled a goat in this motherfucker. What's up, bro?
I'm gonna try to think his name, but somebody in the chat know who I'm talking about. Uh, Remind me of the fella name.
He was undisputed at 160 recently,
No. I think it was 154. Maybe I think it was 154 or 160.
and it was recent. I'm asking, was it recent or back in the day or something?
Oh, I said it was in the 90s. I think early 90s or something.
You talking about Jermaine Taylor or something?
Yeah, Taylor. Taylor dropped his shits. You know what I'm saying? Because of the sanctioning fee. People were saying because of the duck, but he said out of his mouth that they were trying to charge him up.
Yeah. Joseph Brown said, Tregs, put that disclaimer out. Don't ask for no link or your ass is getting blocked. This one of them fights that's a must buy. Yeah, go out there and support the fight, man, so we can not convince, but like encourage other fighters to go out there and make these type of fights. You know what I'm saying? We say we want it, supply and demand. Just demand it, they supplied it. Let's drop it off.
Then buy that shit. Rodolfo Rivera Jr. Salute, fam.
What's up with it? It was going down. We ain't got no trivia tonight, man. We just came to chop it up about boxing a little bit. We'll probably come back with some trivia next week or something like that. I had to let my brain rest a little bit, man, because I was eating and sleeping boxing, reading books and all that kind of shit, man. So I got to let my mind recharge, but we're going to come back with something. Haplotype salute. El Fenici say salute to the Block family in the corner. This is going to be a dog fight. I got Bud in this one. Bud seems special to me, so he went out there and put that El Fenici curse on Bud. You know what I'm saying? That's a good sign for all the Spence fans or supporters or Spence pickers or whatever that you label yourself as. You also said that's gonna be the fight that you want to get on the panel and come give your thoughts and shit too, man. So I ain't forgot about what you said.
And don't change your pick neither.
Yeah, don't change that pick. Make sure you stay with Crawford. What do you say? Bud seems special. I mean, that's why it's a big fight, though, man. Like whenever I talked about Crawford, I always talked about his strength of schedule. I never said the man can't fight. I said that I don't fear him as much as an orthodox as I do as a southpaw. I've said that several times, but I never said that the man never didn't have skills. I ain't say that he didn't have no dog in him. I never said any of that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's a hell of a fighter. I done gave him credit for some of his opponents. Like when he fought against Felix Diaz, I thought that was a hell of a win. Victor Poster was a hell of a win. I give him credit for Mean Machine. Mean Machine got over 300 amateur fights. I think that's a hell of a win. I give him some credit for Sean Porter and shit too. Just that Porter was at the end of the line. You know what I'm saying? So I think that take a little bit of shine off of it. Kell Brook, you know, he had a lot of wear and tear on him. He was a lot older. I think Kell Brook might have been 35 years old or some shit when he fought against Crawford. So I think that takes some shine off of that. But it's a few of his opponents I give him credit for, man. But as far as Ndongo and Ricky Burns and all that shit, nah. I'm not about to sit up there and make it seem like those are great wins. And listening to him talk about that kind of shit, that make me feel like he kind of delusional sometimes. Like he tried to make it seem like his strength of schedule was better than what it is. You know what I'm saying? He ain't fighting Ndongo this time, so we'll see how this shit go.
Or motherfucking Gamboa.
Yeah,
Or I'm just saying, I saying that in the fact that if he get hurt, they make the same kind of this ain't the same kind of monster that he in front of. Hey, but I was gonna ask you though, and everybody in the chat, what do y'all think that Earl Spence should be the the underdog? They got Crawford the favorite. So if Joseph Brown do put some money down, it's gonna be some plus money. But do you think that Earl Spence should be the underdog? What you think about that?
it was actually dead even for a long time. Like at first, when they first started talking about it, they'll have them like kind of, they it'll open with them pretty even. It'll be like minus 112 on both sides or minus 105 on both sides. And then when people start betting, you'll start seeing it fluctuate and stuff. But I seen it where Earl Spence became the underdog when the layoff took place. I think that's what the odds makers are factoring into those odds. Because like I said, normally they have the shit dead even. But since Earl Spence is gonna be coming off like a 15, 16 month layoff, I think the odds makers are factoring that into the odds. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if we look at some recent fights, like big fights, Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was coming off a year layoff. He went out there and lost. Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor came off a year layoff. He went out there and lost. Now we got Errol Spence Jr. going against Terrence Crawford, and Errol Spence Jr. coming off over a year layoff. So if we look at the pattern, the fighters that's been coming off of layoffs been going out there losing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at the odds makers for looking at that shit and factoring that into the odds. And it ain't like they just swung them real wide. I mean, you'll find Earl Spencer like plus 110. That's still basically like a close to a 50-50 type of situation. You know what I'm saying? But I think they just factoring in the layoff because
Cyber,
it's a
Cyber Supreme in the building. Salute, bro. Good to see you.
salute, bro. What's going down with you?
On time, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, I just think them layoffs, man, because we've been talking boxing and stuff, all of us, for a long time. And how many times have them layoffs that came into play? Sometimes I'll mention a layoff and Marlo be like, man, hold on, man, fuck this shit. I'm about to go change my pick real quick. I start hearing this nigga talking about layoff shit. I don't think I want no part of this right now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I will say though, Lee Spence last fight wasn't controversy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers that be coming off the layout like Taylor, that motherfucking fight was close. You feel me?
Yeah.
It was a struggle kind of fight. But at least we got that. He got a momentum. You know what I'm saying? Coming back in.
That's true. He definitely got momentum because, like I said, I don't know if I ever seen him look better than what he looked against Ugas once everything got rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like at the beginning of the fight, they was kind of back and forth a little bit, exchanging jabs and stuff, Southpaw against Orthodox. But once everything got rolling and Earl started rolling downhill, he looked amazing out there. He looked better in that fight than he did against Porter. He looked better in that fight than he did against Garcia, Danny Garcia, any of them fights, even against Kell Brook. I think he looked better against Ugas than he did against Kell Brook. You know, and
Yeah,
then
he definitely was way more sharper versus Ugas and Brook.
yeah, so he definitely coming with that momentum, like you said, you know. And it seems like the lifestyle change seems to be benefiting him. You know what I'm saying? I guess sometimes you can find a silver lining. Like he ain't been in the ring a lot, but it seems like he done got refocused on what he got to do. But we'll see though, man. But one thing I done learned about boxing, because like I done seen several fighters, like they'll be coming off a layoff or something. And then I look in their history and I see where he has actually came off a layoff before. So maybe he'll be able to deal with this layoff. And that motherfucker still go out there and get stopped or something. So it seems like it's one of those situations where the layoffs, they don't matter as much until they do matter. So hopefully this won't be the time where it do matter. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll see though, man. May the best man win. Um, yeah, what's up to Rodolfo? He said it's all good. We'll come back with something, bro. Don't worry about it. Rod X the champ in the building. What's up with you? L said definitely pulling up and pick is subject to change. We ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Stand on your pick. That's what you used to tell me all the time. Stand on your pick, nigga. Stand on that shit. I see my man Cyber Supreme, Joseph Brown. El Fenici said, I think the layoff won't hurt EJ. He has a couple of layoffs and had great fights out the Danny and Ugas. That's why I said, man, a lot of time I see that the shit don't matter until it do matter. I guess it depends on who you're going against. But I will say this too, though. It seemed like the layoffs to me, they hurt the more scientific fighters. Earl, I ain't gonna just say he basic, but you know how you know what Earl coming to do. He coming up with his hands up good. He stepping to you behind that jab. He coming with a high work rate, ripping shots to the body. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And he know what it is. So it seems like layoffs might not hurt a fighter like that as much. But we gonna see though. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna give him no excuse. I'm gonna call the fight how I call that bitch, and shit, we gonna let the chips fall where they may. Um, Rod X say, what's up, my people? Yo, what's going down with you, bro? You know what I'm saying? We just offering and chopping up about boxing a little bit. Probably ain't gonna just stay on for like a super long time. 'Cause I really got to go fix me some dinner. I'm starving like Marvin in this motherfucker. Marvin Gaye and Luther Vandross. Raymond Knight, salute to you. Said it's going to be insane. What's up, fam? Yeah, this shit gonna be crazy, man. I am definitely looking forward to it. At first, I ain't gonna lie. Like since I've been let down a few times, it was kind of hard for me to get up for the fight. Like I was kind of pleasantly surprised that we gonna get a chance to see the fight, but it was like, well, damn, man, they done let me down so many times. But as the days go by, I'm starting to get more excited for the fight. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be the biggest fight that we ever called. Undisputed fight. Welterweight is a legendary, historic division. We got two awesome fighters going against each other that can fight like a motherfucker. Both of them ain't coming to dance and play around. The motherfuckers coming to throw some hands. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely excited for that shit. L said, facts. EJ going to keep it simple. No need to change up Granny's recipe. Absolutely. You know what it is, man. Go out there and work them basics. And it makes sense because he got a later start in boxing. I think that's an advantage that Crawford has coming into the fight because Crawford started when he was so young. I want to say he was like maybe 7 or 8 years old or something like that. And Errol Spence Jr. started fighting when he was 15. But that's something that I actually admire about him and somebody like Frank Martin too, because Frank Martin started boxing when he was 18. I remember when I started fighting when I was 14, and I just looked around and I saw how good people were that started when they were so young, and it seemed like I just accepted that, like okay, they started a lot younger than me, so it is what it is. They're a lot more advanced than me, but these fighters they started late and they didn't accept that. Like I don't give a fuck when I started. I'm about to go out here and put this shit down. You know what I'm saying? So that made me respect the guy. But I still think that you have an advantage when you start fighting earlier. Cyber Supreme said, "Do y'all think the loser will activate a rematch clause?" It depends on how the fight go. I'm expecting that they would, though. These fighters both seem like they got a lot of pride. You know what I'm saying? Like I see a lot of pride in Earl Spence. I see a lot of pride in Terrence Crawford. I think if whoever lose, they're gonna activate that rematch clause. I definitely see that shit. What about you, bro? You see the loser activating the rematch clause? Well, he might have stepped away. Voice TV said, "I know it's a big fight because random people that never taught boxing are asking and talking about it." Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, the promotion for this fight been going on for a long time, man. Like, how long have we been talking about this fight on YouTube? I remember when I first started YouTube back in 2018 in March. Hell, we was talking about the fight then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is a outstanding fight. Casuals can get into it, and it ain't like a Mayweather Pacquiao situation where you got the two older guys might not necessarily want to engage like they did when they was younger. These guys are champions. The motherfuckers still young enough. They still got that fire in their eyes. I think they're gonna go out there and deliver. I think people gonna order this fight, and after the fight is done, I think that they're gonna go home happy. You know what I'm saying? Or go to bed happy if they watch the fight at home. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be great.
I hope nobody be mad neither. Rod X the Tramp, salute, bro. Raymond Knight, salute, fam. What's happening? Hey, I'm back, bro. I had to step away.
Cyber Supreme was asking, do you think the loser will activate the rematch clause?
Shit, I think so. I think they both tough as a motherfucker. And shit, win, lose, or draw, especially the money wise, I think so. But heart wise, mentality wise, I think they both probably both if either one of them lose, I think they activate.
Yeah, and plus the money might be looking good to them too. I guess that might also depend on how well the event does. You know, the more money, the more chance that they'll probably want to go into a fight like that again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll definitely see, man.
Hey, especially Bud. If Bud get knocked out in the first round, he gonna want to fight tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the kind of mentality he got. And Earl just the same. So we can guarantee it'll be a rematch, especially if it's as good as we expect it to be. I'm looking for some Thomas Hearns versus Hagler kind of shit. I'm looking for Bud to be sleep over Earl Spence shoulder kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you think the fight gonna end in the stoppage?
I think so, because the thing for me is like Earl invite the contact, like you know what I'm saying. That's his whole thing to work his way in with the jab, beat the body up. He put himself in harm's way. You know what I'm saying. Not saying he get hit a lot, but he willing to get hit. Um, Eventually, Bud gonna have to stop and fight. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to stop and fight, man. And that's when it's all gonna start. Especially if Bud get hurt, if his legs get the stanky legging and all that, Bud get wild and reckless. Bud gonna want to fight. He gonna let his hands go with reckless abandonment. So yeah, I think it just might end up stopping.
I'm actually leaning towards decision. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know I done seen Crawford get hurt and stuff, but I think he got some pretty good legs if he still got these type of legs. And I don't really see much of a drop off. Like a lot of people saying they don't feel like he got the same legs. I don't really see evidence of that though. But like the way he fought against Victor Poster, for example, that motherfucker was out there moving and grooving the whole time. So I know he got strong enough legs that where if he get into some danger, he can go out there and buy himself some time. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know Earl Spence is very good at cutting the ring off and stuff like that, so this might be a different beast. But if I just look at the evidence that's been presented to me, I think Crawford got enough to go out there and survive if he need to, like in spots, like if he get hurt. And I also feel the same way about Earl Spence. I done seen Earl Spence go out there and use his legs and stuff, like when he fought against Danny Garcia. He might have felt a little bit tender since that was his first fight coming off that car accident and stuff. And I think he used his legs a lot more in that fight. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, like when I see fighters with deep amateur backgrounds and stuff like that, they really don't get knocked out a lot. That's one thing that I've noticed. If you see two fighters and they got amateur backgrounds, the motherfuckers don't get knocked out most of the time. That shit go to decision most of the time all day. I be making my bets based off that shit sometime. I see a fighter, they think the motherfucker gonna get knocked out in 5 or 6 rounds or some shit like that. Man, I take that shit to go the distance. Or I take it, I take the over on the over under or something. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a chance they can go the distance.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
guess
a chance too. But they go another scenario that made me peep. Uh, they told Bud he was down versus Porter, and he went in there and brought it right to Porter. You know what I'm saying? He put his feet down and went right in there with Porter. So that's if he down in a fight, he also showed capabilities too. Saying fuck it, you know what I'm saying? For abandoning the legs and get right on in there.
yeah, they could play into it, his demise. He go out there and go crazy. Those fights are also fights where I think it'll go the distance too. You know what I'm saying? Because Earl Spence went the distance against like Sean Porter and stuff like that. I don't really see much of a drop off from Bud to make me think, well, you know, he stopped. He didn't stop Porter, but he'll go out there and stop Crawford. You know, so I think Crawford got action at going the distance. But the difference is though, this is a fight with the lanes wide open because we're gonna have Southpaw going against Southpaw. The other fights we had Southpaw against Orthodox, and the dynamics are a little bit different in those situations. A lot of the time when you got Southpaw against Southpaw, that actually makes the knockouts increase. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got two conflicting things going on at the same time. I got two fighters with them deep amateur backgrounds, and most of the time they don't get stopped. But at the same time, I got Southpaw versus Southpaw, and I see increasing knockouts in those situations. Like when El Rayo, when he went out there and got stopped against was it Valenzuela? Something like that. I think his last name was Valenzuela. Two Southpaw going against each other. It was like a fourth round knockout or some shit like that. But we gonna see though, man. It's a great fight. Can't wait. It feels great, like Bar Scott said back in the day. Um, where I'm at in the chat, El Fenici said, I think it's an automatic rematch is going to be close. Well, shit, that'll be good for us fans, man, if it's a good close fight. You know what I'm saying? I want to call the fight. Like, hey, I don't mind spending my money, but I do like to spend my money on a fight, not necessarily an assault. I know some people, they be like, they don't give a damn. As long as they got win, they cool with that. But me personally, I prefer a good fight. I think those are fun to call. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm rooting for. A great fight. Joseph Brown said, yeah, things come more naturally and you're more instinctive for those who start younger. Absolutely. Boxing is one of them sports where you want to start young. If you look at most fighters, I know it'd be some outliers like Sergio Martinez and stuff like that. He started when he was like 21. He used to be a soccer player, stuff like that. He ended up having an outstanding career. But for the most part, when you see real good fighters, they start between like 8 and 12 years old, somewhere off in there. I think Cool Boy Steph might have said he fought. He started at the later end. He was like 12 years old when he started. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you see people start in like single digits, 7, 8, 9 years old. I say from like 8 to 12 is probably like the prime position to start. Raymond Knight said, "What's up, Marlo? What's good?"
You ain't gonna get them all too many motherfuckers like Mayweather that grew up in the gym and be as sharp and succeed like that.
Oh yeah, that's rare. I ain't never heard of nobody else like that. It just seemed like he had the perfect conditions to have the type of life that he had. You know what I'm saying? You got a pops that's a professional. You got an uncle that's a professional. They come from they learned in the Detroit area. They had people like Dale Williams showing them skills and stuff like that that was passed down to Mayweather when he was real young. He just had a very special situation. That shit's rare as hell. I ain't heard of nobody else with a situation like that, except for Wilfred Benitez. I forgot when I've been reading this book and shit. His father started him and his brothers when they was real young, built a boxing gym in the backyard and all that kind of stuff. They actually started in New York, but the crime and shit was too crazy. So Wilfred Benitez, his father, I can't think of his name right now. He moved his family to Puerto Rico, and he had them boys fighting young. I'm talking about he was holding fights in the neighborhood, and he was charging all the spectators like a quarter, 50 cents or something to come watch his kids fight. And he was having Wilfred Benitez fight when he was 5 years old, like having real fights. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's the situation. And look how that turned out for him. He ended up becoming the youngest world champion in history at 17 years old. Yeah, Mayweather probably could have been a champion at 17, man. He was special. Raymond, okay, D'Lo said, I think the rematch is the best option for both. Yeah, I think that's definitely up there. They say the winner might go fight Charlo or something like that. I think that'd be great for him too. A chance to go make history. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a rematch against each other, depending on how the first fight go on with you. That's a great option. El Fenici said, I could see this being Bud last fight if he wins. His legacy will be sealed. Well, he say he want Charlo. He say him and Charlo used to be cool back in the day. But then when he started calling out Earl Spence, Charlo switched up on him. And he said Charlo was a bitch ass nigga for that shit too. You know what I'm saying? So he obviously took that shit personally. And yeah, that's a chance for him to get another undisputed title in another division. You know what I'm saying? So I could see him going to go fight Charlo, or I could see him retiring because he already 35. He turned 36 in September. He a Libra like me. You know what I'm saying? So I could see either one. I can see him return, or I can see him going to go fight Charlo.
Hey, I can see him after these two fights. I can see him, you know what I'm saying, feeling like he said, you know what I mean? Win, lose, or draw. He already was undisputed. You know what I'm saying? He took his chances of trying to do it twice. Um, I mean, fighting Charlo wouldn't be another bad payday, but I can see him riding off in the sunset, especially it depends on how he loses both of these fights.
Yeah, but if he go out there and beat Charlo, man, it's a lot of people that's gonna boost him up in the stratosphere. 3-time undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes in the 4-belt era. Man, that would be a big ass feather in his cap as far as his professional career. Even though being a 2-time will also be great, but being 3 times in 3 different divisions, I think it's a chance he might take action at that. He might also look at Charlo as like a simple, basic type of fighter too. So a fighter that don't listen to his coach and all that kind of stuff. I think it's a chance. I think it's a chance, but I don't think he's gonna get past Earl Spence though. But we'll see. L said, okay, I read that. Cypher Supreme said they finna definitely get hella bank. Yeah, they should get paid. Let's all support the fight, man. This is 2 of our own too. You know, it is what it is. We got 2 brothers. They say that the black fighter don't sell and all that kind of shit. Well, let's prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because the motherfuckers, they definitely don't mind boosting up their fighters. I think that's why a lot of people are hating on the fight, like as far as the price and all that kind of stuff. Because one of the hot topics lately been who is the face of boxing. And then whoever win this fight is going to threaten Canelo as the face of boxing. I don't really get off into that shit. Y'all don't never come through here and hearing us talking about the face of boxing. But I'm just looking at the reactions of different people, and it feels like some people feel threatened by this fight. They feel threatened for Canelo. So let's go out there and help them be threatened and go out there and buy this shit. Let's pay for this shit, man. Joseph Brown said tickets in the nosebleeds is $715. Goddamn me, yeah, they're gonna break that bank. D'Lo said Earl isn't taking unnecessary risks versus Crawford. Crawford can't help but take risks. Okay, yo, Earl can come behind his jab and shit and be very effective. Normally, Crawford got the advantage in arm length because his arms are so long. He 5'8" and he got a 72-inch reach. But now he going against somebody that got as long of a reach as him. And I'm very interested to see how he gonna cope with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
La La D, appreciate that super chat, sis.
Definitely appreciate it. Go smelling ass. Raymond Knight said Bud can hit him with the shot he don't see coming if he gets wild. I don't really see Earl get real wild. A lot of time he be under control, coming behind with his hands up good, coming behind the jab and shit like that. I do think Crawford is a lot more like creative with his attacks. Like it seems like he's more versatile. Like when it comes to Earl Spence, I know what he's gonna do for the most part. When it comes to Crawford, I don't always know what he's gonna do. Like he looked different from fight to fight. Like when he fought against that Benavidez, I never seen him fight like that in another fight. You know what I'm saying? Where he stood in front of the guy, stepping in with the double and triple jab, going to the body, ripping shots, coming back up the middle with the uppercut and all that kind of stuff. I can't think of another fight where he fought just like that. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he can change it up and be more creative. So we're gonna see, man. Definitely gonna be a great fight. Cyber Supreme, okay, talking to Joseph Brown. El Fenicia, I think split decision is going to be close. I definitely can see that. I definitely can see a split decision. D'Lo said Earl should hope Crawford has the same legs. A firefight is dangerous for both these guys. And Earl should hope Crawford has the same legs. Nah, if it's gonna be just a straight firefight, I'm gonna give it to the guy that got the tighter technique. It kind of reminds me of Abner Mares when he fought against Leo Santa Cruz. I think they fought twice. It's the first fight is what I'm talking about. And I felt like Abner Mares had a pretty nice little old attack and shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was kind of smooth with his shit. But when I looked at Santa Cruz, he at least got his hands up good. You know what I'm saying? And just having that type of just basic technique, I think that shit gave him the advantage. If they stand in front of each other and get the banging, I'm gonna give the advantage to the guy to keep his hands up good and keep a good proper technique. I think Crawford is a little bit more loose with his shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of sophisticated fighters are like that. You won't see sophisticated fighters fighting at the high guard and shit like that too much. But if y'all gonna stand in front of each other and bang, give me the guy to keep his hands up good and got the fundamentals on point. D'Lo said, I'm going to buy me one of those $85 front row tickets with food and beverages included, huh, man? I might have to smoke me something that night too, man. God damn, I just can't see myself watching the biggest fight and I don't smoke nothing. I'm just in this motherfucker sober, man. I might have to give me a little eighth or something, man. At least go give me a little gram or something for the night. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 grams or something, roll me up a fatty.
Man, it's been a long time coming, man. I hope you had that, man. Get your shit together. Get you a pen too.
Get a pen too of it.
Yeah, man. This is like a once in a life. This is like a full moon or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Once in a lifetime type of thing, man.
That's real shit, but I feel like I'm earning it right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm putting the work in as far as this sobriety and all that kind of stuff. My health is definitely improved. I say I feel like 99% of what I normally am. I'm getting a lot stronger and stuff like that. So by the time we get there, I might feel like I deserve a good blunt. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Cyber Supreme said, I bet 10 on the draw, and then after the weigh-in, I'm putting 20 on the winner. I ain't picking till then, goddamn. So you want to stay with that film study on them boys.
Great reaction, the building. Salute, bro. Greetings. Little Rock.
Salute to you. I ain't mean to cut him off, but salute to everybody. Voice TV said, what are y'all thoughts on the notion Spence is stopping fighters without good feet, but boxers that move, but not boxers that move? I mean, that's anybody though. shit, it's a lot easier to stop somebody that's standing right in front of you. If it's a motherfucker that's gonna get out there and move and groove on you, have that great ring generalship, he on the north side, the south side, the east side, the west side, it's a lot harder to stop them type of fights. Hell, we done picked some fights in the Champ Ross. There was this guy, his last name was Bergion or something like that. He was fighting this real strong fight. I can't think of his fucking name right now. And the other guy had a bunch of knockouts. But when I got to looking at their styles, I felt like Bergion was gonna lose. But the way that he was getting out there moving and grooving, I had to change my pick from knockout to decision. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you do got some fighters that's great at cutting the ring off. So we'll definitely see what's gonna go on with Earl Spence. I was looking at appreciate the super chat from Cyber Supreme TV.
Appreciate you, bro. Hey,
yeah.
hey, Joseph Brown. Damn, Skippy, that shit called TCB and it's flight.
But speaking of flat-footed, y'all, I finally got a chance to look at the Jaime Munguia versus Dervian Chico highlights on YouTube. But Jaime Munguia is a flat-footed motherfucker, man. God damn, that's a flat-footed fighter right there, man. I see Lala D gave us 2 super chats too, man. Definitely appreciate that shit.
Appreciate you, Sid.
Yeah, ain't nobody flat-footed like Munguia. Like, damn. He gonna have to get on his toes a little bit, man. Get on the balls of his feet. D-Lo said, I think El Rayo versus Valenzuela. Yeah, that's what I think it was, man. Southpaw against Southpaw. It was straight fireworks out there. El Fenici said he can't wait. It feels great. Joseph Brown said body shots affect the counter punching and the movement. I want to see how Bud deals with the body shot and the jab. It also affect that gas tank, like we all know too. And that's when Earl get to coming down the stretch, turning up on your ass like he did against Ugas. Let's see what's gonna happen with Crawford. I just seen Crawford did hard body shots against Indongo, counter body shots too. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't seen Crawford in there with a body snatcher. Like I was trying to say, like I didn't seen him go to the body, but now we get a chance to see somebody going to his body. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's see how this shit gonna turn out for him.
Champions first, salute. Hey, I was finna say that shit opened up the face too, man. Them body shots.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely see. He keep his defense kind of relaxed a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So it's a chance that Earl Spence might have to beat on his arms a little bit to get to the body. But I think this is gonna be a different experience than what Crawford is used to. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Appreciate that super chat from Haplotype, man. Square business. He says salute to one of my favorite channels. Trey, take it easy on your boy. Oh yeah, man, definitely appreciate that. I had mentioned before that when we first started YouTube, Haplotype made a video endorsing us as one of his favorite new up and coming channels and shit, man. So I ain't forgot about that. Appreciate you, bro. I ain't gonna talk shit to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I got my sight says on your boy, and I'm fucking your boy up. X and 4. God damn me. Where I was at in the chat. El Fenici said, I want to see them push each other to the limit and see who's truly the top dog. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I want a great fight, y'all. I'm picking Earl Spence, but if Earl Spence go out there and get like a first round knockout or some shit, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a great fight. I want to see them push each other. D-Lo said, I agree. There are always outliers to just about everything you can imagine, but it's best to bank on the rule, not the exception. Absolutely. L said, I want to see a two-way highway with 10 lanes. Goddamn, yeah, we want to see that two-way street, man. Rod X the Champ said, these are the type of fights boxing needs. The public opinions of this fight are about 50-50. That's one of my favorite things about it. I love when we got the people split down the middle. Half the people picking one, half the people picking the other. I got to make sure I come in on point, though, because I ain't going to lie. After the Josh Taylor Teofimo Lopez fight, I was a little salty. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the best sport. Normally, I'm a lot better loser than that. I don't really have a problem being a good winner, but sometimes I do slip up and be a sore loser. So I'm gonna make sure I got my shit on point when I come up in here. I ain't gonna be salty if Earl Spence Jr. get his ass whooped. D-Lo said, there are those who try to claim another modern guy is the youngest champion in history. Respect the greats, goddamn me. Respect the air radar. L said, I don't think barking up that Charlo tree is a good idea. I mean, he is big and strong, man, but if we looking at just straight skills, I can understand why Crawford might feel like he could be got. And then at the same time, he does things in the ring that you don't always understand. Like I always bring up how when he fought against what's the name of the motherfucker he fought, man, for the undisputed championship? The little short guy, the Latino guy, the guy that beat Earl Spence twice in the amateurs. I want to say he was like 185 and 3 or some shit amateur record. I can't think of his name, the little short guy. But Crawford was going up against the ropes and shit like that when he fought him. That didn't really make sense to me. So I can kind of understand why Crawford might feel like he can get that guy. Or I made in the chat. Joseph Brown said, we will see these dudes fight twice this year, man. 2023 is becoming a year to remember. I guess that's kind of low. That's kind of low expectations. A motherfucker fight twice a year, and we like, man, that's outstanding. But yeah, that's square business though. Happy said Charlo is less of a tough matchup than Spence to him. Yeah, he feel like Charlo probably a little basic. Lala D salute to the corner, goddamn me, great press. Yeah, man, them motherfuckers they put me in the mood for the fight, and I saluted Crawford for doing his thing with the promotion, going out there giving them sound bites and giving them quotes and all that kind of stuff, posting them tweets and shit, have people laugh. You know what I'm saying? He coming out his shell and promoting the fight and doing a great job, in my opinion, man. Salute to both fighters. Rod as the champ said it's going to be a hell of a tough road for Bud to be 3 division undisputed champion. It's going to be tough, you know, but shit. What they say in Troy. Yeah, if you don't want to do stuff like that, that's why nobody will remember your name. So yeah. Cypher Supreme says Spence got a 72-inch reach. Bud got a 74-inch, he think. He might be 74. When I first said what I said, I was thinking something like 74, but that seemed like that might have been a little too much. But you might be right about that. Joseph Brown said, tired of the black fighter don't sell narrative. Let's kill that shit on July 29th. Absolutely. Let's go out there and buy this fight. Let's support the event. Like I said earlier, anybody coming in here looking for a link, they ass gonna fuck around and get blocked. Square business. Support this fight. Dig in them pockets. Supply and demand. I keep saying it. We demanded the fight. They supplying the fight. Go out there and drop it off. Lala D said, I don't want a close fight. All right. D'Lo said Earl's biggest issue is that when he misses big shots, he misses them kind of wide, creating openings. I think Earl and his team are mindful of that. Yeah, I had mentioned that shit like years ago when we was talking about the fight and stuff. Earl does have the tendency to miss bad. You know what I'm saying? He swing that left hand, he be out of position. Kind of like Wilder a little bit. Wilder, he'll swing that right hand. He missed that motherfucker. He be wide open for counters. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something that Crawford can take advantage of. Earl gonna have to keep them keep them shots real short. He can't go out there swinging them sweeping shots and missing that shit because Crawford gonna be right there looking at him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely see that. But the thing is, though, if he able to cut that ring off and he digging them body shots, he ain't gonna be missing them motherfuckers wild like that. He gonna be landing them hoes, even if he landing on the arms. He gonna be landing something. Rod X said Bud is very fluent in his movement. Spence punches are very crisp and sharp. This is going to be a hell of a fight. Absolutely. I agree with you. D'Lo said, I thought Abner was the cleaner, tighter fighter versus Leo until they fought. I think Leo would have beat Abner every time, even if they fought 10 times. Yeah, I just like the fact that the man keep his hands up good. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes a fighter don't have no Pernell Whitaker defense, no Floyd Mayweather defense, no Willie Pep defense, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Nicolino Loche, they ain't got the defense like that. But if you just simply keep your hands up good, that shit can do a lot for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was leaning towards Leo Santa Cruz against Abner Mares. And that's part of the reason why I'm leaning towards Earl Spence if they was to have a firefight. Like if they just gonna stand in front of each other and just get the throwing hands, Marvin Hagler versus Tommy Hearns type of shit, I'm gonna give the advantage to the guy to keep his hands up good. You know what I'm saying? I think Hagler might have had the advantage of that too when he fought against Hearns, huh? He was the guy to keep his hands up good and shit in them exchanges like that. Gregory X up in the building. Greetings, brothers and sisters. Salute. Little Rock, salute to you. Haplotype say, good to take a break sometime, Trey. I've done it, but Mary always calls back eventually. Oh, yeah, I've been smoking bud for a long time, man. The only times I really just quit is when I had to. This is a time that I'm quitting voluntarily. You know what I'm saying? But if I got to pass a drug test or when I was boxing or something like that, I don't want the other people to have the advantage on me. I'm smoking weed and they ain't smoking weed, so I quit. But this is a voluntary quit right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably be back, but not right now though. La La D said lately my thing is cotton candy. I'm putting that in my bag. All right. Let's scroll down. Joseph Brown said, I know Marlo's smoking on that new Bud strain. Goddamn. He said he gonna mix it with some of that Skywalker. That Bud Crawford with that Skywalker. Rod X said Trey X. Get your gas, some almonds and yogurt and some bottled waters and call the fuck out this fight, homie. I'm definitely gonna give you my best shot, bro. You definitely ain't gotta worry about that ever. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that super chat from D-Lo. He said, no, Trey. El Rayo is Valenzuela. What's the other name? What's the other guy's name that he fought, that he got stopped by? Southpaw against Southpaw. The other guy had 200 and something amateur fights that I didn't know about. Motherfucker was like, I can't remember exactly what it was. It's been a while since I seen it. But he had about 250 amateur fights or something like that. La D says, side note, Navarrete was getting rocked. What Navarrete she talking about? My boy Little Feezy in the building. What's up, bro? Salute to you. What's going down? La D talking about square business. Cyber Supreme said that jab Earl got is a problem, but Bud is a crafty dude. Yeah, that's real talk. But when you got a dude that's throwing a power jab, see, I like a good powerful jab. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to just jab to set up shit and get all cute and all that kind of stuff. I like a Sonny Liston jab. Go out there and knock a tree down with your jab. I like a fucking Charlo against uh Julian, what the J Rock. Drop the motherfucker with a jab, a powerful jab, a George Foreman jab, a Larry Holmes jab, and we can say an Earl Spence jab. That man got a very powerful jab. So if he get to land in that jab a few times on Crawford, man, I'm telling you, like, you can get out there and slip the jab, you can parry the jab, but a few of them hoes get in there, and if he putting that power on them jabs like he normally do, that shit could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely gonna see. Rod X said, when and who is Navarrete fighting? That little dude can scrap. Yeah, that's one of my favorite fighters to call, man. I love calling Navarrete fights. He went out there and stopped a very tough fighter in his last fight, too. That Eduardo Baez is not no joke. He done been in the ring with Raiz, the Beast, Alim, and all kind of people. Did nobody stop him until he fought Navarrete. You know what I'm saying? Gregory X, Marlo's Corner, salute my brother. Hold on. Cypher Supreme said, I picked Teofimo last minute. That was a good pick. I had Teofimo Lopez the whole time, but then I just felt kind of bad. I said, man, I've been riding Taylor Gang all this time. I'm going to go ahead and ride with my dog till the wheels fall off. So I went on ahead and took Josh Taylor, but I understood the dangers coming into that situation. The man fought once in 2 years. He was on his third coach. I knew it was a bad situation for him, but I just rolled with it anyway, though. Joseph Brown said 10 hard rounds. That's all I need from them, goddamn. Haplotype said the rule to me is the boxer usually beats the puncher, but plenty of cases of the opposite. Frazier, LaMotta, Margarito, Tyson, Duran, to name a few. Absolutely, that's for damn sure. And at the same time, this is not typical. This is not a typical brawler. This is a brawler that's coming in behind his guard and coming in behind a very stiff jab. You know what I'm saying? So I think that separates Earl a little bit from a lot of the other brawlers. Dilo Castano, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. I just couldn't figure out why Charlo was sitting up against the ropes against the shorter Castano, sitting up in his real estate. That didn't make sense to me. I think somebody like Crawford, I think they looking at that kind of stuff and thinking like, how smart is this guy? If you going out here doing this kind of stuff, you know, it might cause some doubt in their mind about your intelligence. Gregory, yeah, salute to you, OG. What's going down? Joseph Brown said that's hard ass line from Achilles. Yeah, that's why nobody will remember your name, huh, man? Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies right there, man. I love that movie. Right as the champ said, Navarrete made me a supporter by fighting 5 times in a 12-month period, Boxers, please get more active. Damn, I ain't. Yeah, he did have a run where he was out there just fighting like a motherfucker all the time. Yeah, I cut for Navarrete, man. He gonna go out there and make a great fight every time. He got them long ass arms and shit, and he throwing them punches. I don't really like how he switched back and forth, but that's his thing. That's how he fight, and he effective with it. I got to keep it 100. When he fought against Isaac Dogbay the first time, I picked Dogbay. Rough House Boxing TV, that's our partner. He came in here talking about Navarrete. I had never heard of Navarrete before. I just looked at his record. I saw that he lost early on to a guy that didn't seem very good. So I just wrote the man off. And I felt like Dogbay had a more crisp technique. That shit went straight out the window. Navarrete got right on his ass and became one of my favorite fighters to call. You know what I'm saying? Square business. Um, I'm gonna scroll down. D'Lo say it was the Shakur Stevenson stalker, De Los Santos. Yeah, that motherfucker there. I know that's the guy because I actually had picked against him before. He had went out there and fought a 3 on the pedigree scale. I can't remember what his name is though. Fuck, I can't think of that dude's name. But he had a loss going into that Valenzuela. The El Rayo fight, and it was Foster. It was something Foster the third is who he fought. And he went out there and they had a real good fight. Yeah, he went out there and lost the fight, you know what I'm saying? So I had some respect for him going into that El Rayo fight, but I just didn't think he was good enough to beat El Rayo until I heard them mention his amateur background, that he had 200 and something fights. And I looked for his amateur background, but I couldn't find it. So I went and looked on BoxRec again, and I found an article from Boxing Scene that I haven't been able to find since. And they said that the man was like 239 and 7 or some shit like that. I was like, man, they got me with one. Because El Rayo, he was only like 50 and 5. So I took the dude that was 50 and 5 over the man with 250 amateur fights. Joseph Brown said Navarrete is fighting Valdez next hella fight. Yeah, that's a great fight. I don't think that Navarrete is too much different than Miguel Burchell. Both of those are high volume type of fighters. They kind of sacrifice technique for volume. And I think it's a chance that Valdez might be able to catch him in between some shots. I could see him landing that left hook like he landed on Burchell. You know, Oscar Valdez, 204 amateur fights and shit. He was ranked number 1 in Mexico. I think he's a pretty good fighter. Some people lately they've been saying they feel like he trash, but I think he's a pretty good fighter. I mean, he having trouble with good fighters like Shakur Stevenson and shit like that. I can't blame the man too much for that. Even Robson Conceição was 405 and 15 coming out of Brazil, national Olympic gold medalist. I got respect for Valdez, but I think it's a chance that he might be able to go out there and catch Navarrete the way he caught Miguel Burchell. You know what I'm saying? But Navarrete got an amateur background too. He had about 120 amateur fights or something like that. I think he was like 120. Somewhere off, and I haven't seen it in a long time. But he got a little background to him, though. Joseph Brown said Earl has already set the table by saying he's going to break Crawford. Even had Crawford saying he's going to break Earl will. Okay. That can be expected. You know what I'm saying? Rod X said, y'all called in the Zoo fight this weekend. I can't make no promises on that one, man. I really got some shit going on. And that fight started a little bit late. Like it's gonna go from 10:30 to 1:30 in the morning my time. So I don't really know if I'm gonna be able to call that shit. I was kind of sad when I saw that too, because I looked on the schedule and I just saw that we had a Showtime fight this week, Tim Zoo versus Ocampo. And I was like, oh yeah, we gonna call that shit. But then I saw it was in Australia, and I was like, man, what time they gonna start this shit, man? I looked it up, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, because a lot of the time the Australia fights be like real late for us. But I'm not exactly sure, man. I'm gonna have to see. But I'm gonna try though.
Miss Lex, salute, sis.
Salute to you. Hey, bro, what you think about Valdez versus Navarrete?
Shit, I like that shit. I ain't know it was in Australia, but I should have known. Shit, it's all on you. If you want to get call that shit, we can call it. Wait,
I was asking about
Showtime.
I was asking about Navarrete versus Valdez.
Oh shit, I think that's gonna be a good one. I want to see that motherfucker. I got Navarrete though, but I think Valdez is a motherfucking worthy, pretty smart motherfucker, tough motherfucker. But I don't know that overwhelming work from Navarrete. I don't know how you gonna take that pressure. And I want to see it.
It is overwhelming work, but I will say the one guy that beat Navarrete, it seemed like he was just like a very a fundamental type of fighter. He stepped to you with his hands up good, got a little bit of jab, he used a little bit of angle, and it seemed like that's what beat Navarrete. You know what I'm saying? I know it was only a 4-round fight though. Hell, if it was a 12-round fight, Navarrete might have caught up to him later. But it seemed like that's what kind of gave him trouble though, man. And I think Valdez got a chance to do that. He might be being underestimated coming into this fight. I think Valdez gonna go fight like a motherfucker. We definitely gonna see. Joseph Brown said, "Ain't no shame to losing to the baby world beater. Absolutely ain't no shame." People was getting on him for his last performance, but shit, the guy that he fought, that was a rematch. That guy also got over 100 amateur fights and shit. I mean, I don't see Valdez just going out here beating up on scrubs. I see Valdez going out here having some tough fights, and he got another tough fight coming up. You know what I'm saying? So shit, let's see what's gonna go on, Valdez. Miss Lex in the building, fresh off her crow serving that she had going on. Set up a nice little crow picnic for us because she went out there and took Teofimo Lopez. Joseph Brown said, "I'm going with Valdez in that fight." Yeah, I'm thinking about it, bro. I am thinking about it because styles make fights, and I done already seen Valdez against this type of style. A man that's gonna throw a whole bunch of punches, that's gonna sacrifice technique for volume. And that was Burchell. And Burchell went out there and got his ass knocked the fuck out fucking around with Valdez. So it might be a little bit of a comfort zone for Valdez against Navarrete, but shit, we gonna see, man. I know Valdez gonna fight hard. If I can help it, I'm definitely gonna be calling that shit because I love calling Navarrete fights. And
Hey,
then,
his first show long as Navarrete.
nah, he ain't as long as Navarrete. Only thing is, when you got them long arms and you miss a shot, it take a longer time for you to get that arm back.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Looking at them old Jimmy Bivens fights and shit like that. He going out there fighting Archie Moore and all them guys. Them long arms, they can be a blessing and a cursing in that ring because when you get that shot out there, you got to get that bitch back to your chin. And if you got them long arms, it take longer to get them shots back. And that open up them counter opportunities and shit. Another one was Kovalev versus Andre Ward. Like if y'all remember, if y'all watch the second fight, Roy Jones was talking about how Kovalev was basically a 1-2 fighter. He didn't have much of a left hook. He in close and he throwing straight punches. Well, shit, that's creating openings. Because if you miss them straight punches in close, it's gonna be hard to get your hand back for defense, and that open up counter opportunities for your opponent. That's why it's good in close. You want to come with them hooks, come with them ripping and digging type shots. Rod
Hey,
X
hey, we ain't got to worry about that Navarrete though. He a longer fighter that likes to be in close.
Say it again, bro.
Huh?
I said, say it again. I ain't hear you.
Oh, I was saying, Navarrete, we ain't got to worry about that from him because he gonna throw those. He like to be in close, and he gonna throw those hooks. Probably 100 of them.
Navarrete throw every goddamn thing. Man, he throw hooks and he throw uppercuts, but that's another thing. He make mistakes because he throw uppercuts from the other side of the ring sometimes. You can't be going out there doing that shit. Think
And be
about
off balance.
Yep, think about Evander Holyfield when he fought against Buster Douglas. And Buster Douglas threw that uppercut from too far away. And he took a counter right hand from Evander Holyfield, and that was all she wrote. That's one of the major mistakes in boxing. I remember when Amir Khan he threw the uppercut too far away against Danny Garcia, and what they get him? A left hook to the neck. You know what I'm saying? So Navarrete, he gonna have to make sure that he got his technique on point, man. Don't be throwing them uppercuts from too far away, brother, because you might take a counter left hook from Valdez.
And you ain't gonna might not come back from that motherfucker. Tweez Lamar, salute. What's happening, fam?
Salute to you. What's going down? Rod X the champ said Valdez versus Navarrete is gonna be a war. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight, man. Joseph Brown said, Trex, you gotta call that fight. Navarrete fights don't miss. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna call it, man. I can't predict the future. Shit, I don't know what the hell gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know when they fight, to be honest with you. When do they fight? What's the date? But I love calling Navarrete fights. You know what I'm saying? I used to love calling Munguia fights. I wish I could have called that fight against Darian Chico, but they fighting on his own. So it is what it is. But yeah, I love calling top rank cards. I love PBC cards and shit too, you know what I'm saying? But I like them top rank cards. I think those are my favorite cards, to be honest with you. I just like the matchmaking. You know what I'm saying? They got them type of matches, like fighters ain't coming off of long layoffs. They get you back up in there. Like that Elijah Garcia versus that Kevin Sobrano or something like that, that last fight. I thought that was a great fight for Elijah Garcia. They put him in there like a step up type of situation against a very, very tough fighter that's very durable and can go rounds. You know, so I just love them type of matchups that they be having over there. Dr. Soapy say facts. I think he talking about the uppercut from too far away. La D say true Navarrete does do that. Yeah, throwing them uppercuts from too far away. Tweez Lamar say he's smoking on them runts on them, boy. All right, man, I'm over here sober as fuck. Marlo on that Skywalker, I'm assuming. That's what you got over there, bro? Skywalker.
Nah, that shit is out. I got some motherfucking Bubba. I think this is Bubba.
I can't believe you ain't got no OG. So you got you some Bubba today, huh?
Man, I was disappointed, man.
Well, shit, ain't nothing wrong with that Bubba, man. That's a good heavy indica for you. I like that Bubba. It's been a while since I had it, but I like that Bubba though. But yeah, we got some few fights this week, man. We got 12 fights listed on the channel Ross, but we really only got 10 because we got two boys that's coming back on Friday. The Adam Azim kid, he very talented, but he had to pull out of the fight for an injury or something like that. So we ain't gonna get them, but we got a few fights coming up. I think the Tim Tszyu versus Ocampo fight is gonna be a good fight. I know some people might be counting Ocampo out as like they think he just gonna get knocked the fuck out. But I done seen some toughness from that guy. When he went out there and fought Sebastian Fundora, they stood right there in the phone booth and got their paper. I was very impressed with Ocampo in that fight, even though he came up short. I think the man showed some toughness. And at the same time, I know he got stopped in one round against Earl Spence, but he got stopped with a liver shot. If you look at a fighter's entire career, them motherfuckers might get stopped once, maybe twice in their whole career by a body shot. You know what I'm saying? The shit don't happen that often. So I can't look at that and project that going forward, saying, okay, he got stopped by a body shot, a liver shot. So I expect him to get stopped later on. Like it don't really work like that. I think Ocampo is gonna come fight like a motherfucker this weekend. Tweez Lamar said, damn, I missed that Bubba. Yeah, that Bubba good strong indica, man. You smoke that shit at bedtime. But that's all Marlo like though. Marlo just like indicas. He don't like all that sativa. He said that shit for Rudy Poo. He don't like them hybrids and all that shit. He just like straight indica. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I can smoke that shit on the job and still work. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm true to this. I ain't new to this.
Yeah, I smoke that shit and get sleepy as a motherfucker, man. I like them good hybrids. Uh Joseph Brown said, damn, I thought Regis was fighting Pero. My whole breakdown was off. You right, Trey X, with your breakdown of Zaria. Yeah, Zaria, man, he showed me some toughness when he went out there and fought up. God damn, I'm so bad with names, man. What's the name of the guy that was calling out? Was he calling out Teofimo Lopez? Arnold Barbosa Jr. That's what I'm talking about. Zaria, he came and he fought Arnold Barbosa Jr. He was landing some nice counter right hands to the body against Barbosa. That should impress me. I saw him fight a technical decision against this Eastern European. The Eastern European was kept on rabbit punching him and hitting him in the back of the head and shit. So that kind of threw him off, but he still won the decision. Like I said, he a bona fide 4.5 on my scale. He'd have been competing in the Pan American Games and shit. For I think he fought there at least 2 times and he medaled too. Like he was getting silver medals, bronze medals. I think he a pretty decent fighter, man. I don't expect him to come lay down. He coming off a short notice because Leon Paro pulled out the fight or whatever. So it's a chance he might get stopped, you know what I'm saying, coming off a short notice. But at the same time, though, man, I just think that he got a little bit of in him to fight back. You know, so we definitely gonna see though, man. They set the over under at 6.5 rounds. So the odds makers actually agree with what you were saying. The odds makers say they don't see it going too much past 6 or 7 rounds. So we'll see. But if I was to bet on the fight, I would take the over. I think the man could probably make it to the fourth quarter of the fight. I think he could make it to like round 9 or something like that, round 10, somewhere off in there. Lala D said, speaking of T.O., he's calling Tank all types of bitches lame. Yeah, I don't like that shit, man. The man locked up. He can't even defend himself. He can't even come back with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And plus, he said, he talking about he got some dick sucking lips or something like that. I took that shit as some racial shit. So what you saying? You got them big black people lips, so you gonna call them some dick sucking lips? I ain't like that shit, man. And to be honest with you, I think it's a lot of hyperbole going on around this his fight with Taylor. He went out there and did a great job against Taylor. He won the fight. Marlo earlier, he said that if he was to rescore the fight, he would give a Teofimo Lopez 7-5. But that's still a competitive fight, though. People make it seem like he went out there and shut Taylor out. They talk like he went out there and dropped the man 4-5 times and all that kind of shit. He went out there and did his thing. He did an outstanding job. Salute to him for his fight. But I still think it's a lot closer than what people making it out to be. It's a lot of hyperbole going on around that shit. Tweez Lamar said T.O. talk a lot of shit in the same place, huh, man? He brought out that Pimp C in this motherfucker. Lala D said that's racist and gay. Yeah, you over there looking at a man's lips and all that kind of shit, man. Yeah, I really don't care for Teofimo.
That motherfucker's a bona fide hater with 3 cans missing from a 6-pack.
And plus, he's still mad because he ain't officially become undisputed, and everybody know it. We know the fucking rules to become undisputed. You got to collect all the belts. You can't get a franchise belt that doesn't have to be defended and become undisputed. It just don't work like that. So he real salty about that shit. That's why he's still walking around with all them belts. You got to update your resume. You won them belts a long time ago. You done got your ass whooped from them belts, as a matter of fact. You lost to Cambosis. You lost to a B-level fighter. We're not going to take that off the table. I give you credit. You came back and you beat Josh Taylor and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to look at your whole resume. You went out there and got dropped against Cambosis and lost a split decision. It is what it is. We ain't forgot. I thought you about to say.
Yeah, I was. Hey, did you hear about Ryan Garcia going to Derek James?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What you think about that?
I mean, Derek James said that he had been talking about he wanted to go fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really know. I mean, Derek James is very good with the fundamentals, and a lot of people are saying that Ryan Garcia don't have the best fundamentals, so that might be a good place for him to go. He can go over there and be surrounded by some good fighters and shit. He got a fighter over there with 3 belts. You got a fighter with 4 belts. You got an up and coming fighter that's the what's his name, bro? The lightweight.
Martin.
Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? So you got him for sparring and all that kind of stuff. And a potential rivalry. You know, they both in the same weight class and stuff like that. It might be good for him. You know, Derek James seemed like a pretty energetic coach. He's the type of guy to get out there and run with you and motivate you and all that kind of stuff. He ain't like Bo Mac. Bo Mac get tired talking. How the fuck you get tired just talking? You over there saying a sentence and you got to stop midway through the sentence and catch your breath and then come back and finish the damn sentence. I still can't get over that shit. But Derek James is the opposite. You know, he seemed pretty energetic. He was a fighter a boxer a trainer that actually won when he was fighting. You know what I'm saying? So he could talk from a different place than some of the other trainers. So I think it might be a good place for Ryan Garcia. Hopefully, Derek James got enough time for the motherfucker.
Hey, he said he had room for 4 fighters, and I think he making room for Anthony Joshua. Somebody said, but I think that's a good.
About Joshua.
Yeah, I think that's a good look for him, though. I think fundamentals are definitely what he lacked, and that's the perfect coach. To, you know what I'm saying, get you to work off the jab, set up shit to the body. Probably even be better and comfortable up close now. He definitely gonna get worked up in that motherfucking sparring by motherfucking Frank Martin, though. I know he gonna be in there mouth watering for a piece of that. But I think that's a good look though, man, for both of them though, for trainer and for the fighter.
Yep, and it seemed like Derrick James, the type of guy that's in control of the camps. Joe, is it Joe Goosen? I think it
Yeah,
ain't that.
that was who was in this corner last time.
Okay, Joe Goosen, he kept on saying that he felt like the training camp was a partnership between him and Ryan Garcia, and I didn't like the sound of that. How the fuck you collaborating with your fighter and it's a partnership? Like, nah, the coach is supposed to be in control in the training camp, so that might be a good little change up for Ryan Garcia. Fuck all that collaborating. It's my way or the highway. If you ain't trying to come and do what you got to do, listen to me. You can go and get your ass on. Because guess what? I got Earl Spence, I got Jamel Charlo, Frank Martin. Now he's talking about Anthony Joshua. He don't really need him. He don't need no Ryan Garcia. So shit, either you gonna come and get in where you fit in, or you can kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? That might be good for a motherfucker like Ryan. We're gonna see. Um, Lala D said, I ain't never heard a straight dude speak on another dude's lips. Absolutely. Cypher Supreme said that's a good look for Ron. He might learn some. Yeah, learn some fundamentals. Rod Ace the Champ said, like the voice of reason would say, I ain't gonna put no jumper cables on it. Which one you talking about? You talking about the trainer?
Talking about Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, we gonna
I
see.
ain't gonna put no jumping cables on.
Yeah, I just hope he find his forever home, like they be saying. Uh, with certain shit, your forever home. Cause this you can't be jumping from trainer to trainer to trainer to trainer all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Hopefully he can go sit his ass down somewhere and he can learn. Everything ain't gonna always be perfect. It might be some bumps in the road. And when you get a bump in the road, that don't mean it's time to jump up and get ghosts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Cyber Supreme said Bomac need oxygen, man. Yeah, that shit was ridiculous, man. Come on. Joseph Brown said, just out of pride, I know Derrick James got to be like, ain't no way I'm getting out coached by that dude who need the subway diet. Yeah, with a losing record as a fighter, Bomac was getting his ass kicked as a fighter. What he got like 14 losses and 9 times he was knocked out. Like, come on, man. That
Hey,
man.
that motherfucker pulling out Big Macs at the pad work. You know how when they take a break and he take his hands out and the Big Mac coming out with that motherfucker.
Yeah, man, this motherfucker Bomac, man. I don't even know if I would even want a coach that was getting his ass whooped as a fighter like that. You gotta at least have a winning record. How the fuck you gonna go out there and be 3-14 and been knocked out 9 times and you the lead trainer? Like, man, come on. Hell, at least Derrick James was a respectable 21-7. I'll take that any day over Bomac with that trash ass shit he was putting together out there. You know what I'm saying? But I guess at the same time, I said it before, it's different ways to make money in boxing. Not everybody is going to be great when the lights come on. Some people make their money by being sparring partners and stuff like that. I don't know for sure, for certain, but it's a chance that maybe Bomac made his money in boxing as being a sparring partner. There's a chance that could have happened. Joseph Brown could have read that. Cyber Supreme said they used to King Hippo, that motherfucker. Yeah. Rod X said, I mean Lopez over Taylor. Oh, yeah, we ain't gonna put no cables on it. Taylor came and tried to fight back. He just went out there and lost to the better man. And I was saying coming into that fight, one reason I was leaning toward Lopez was because Taylor never fought nobody like Lopez. Yeah, he went out there and beat Baranchis. He went out there and beat Regis Prograis. He went out there and beat Jose Ramirez. But none of those fighters can counterpunch the way that Lopez can. Lopez got that Americanized type of style where he's trying to be slick and smooth. He'll try to shoulder roll you a little bit, come back with counters and stuff like that. I just feel like he's a lot slicker than them type of guys. Taylor never fought nobody slick like that. So that's why I was leaning towards Lopez. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Taylor was still fighting back though. He tried to make a fight out of it. You know what I'm saying? He just went out there and came up short. We ain't gonna make it seem like Teofimo Lopez won 11-1 or some shit like that. Like, come on, man. They talking about the judges that had it 7-5 was being like some corruption and all that kind of stuff. Like, nah, we ain't gonna feed into that. It was a good fight. We're gonna give Teofimo his props and all that kind of shit. But yeah, like you said, and my boy D-Lo say all the time, we ain't gonna put no cables on it. Lala D said, well, they say if you can't do, teach. Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, goddamn, you can't teach if you made all F's in school. You gotta have some kind of goddamn success. This man made all F's. Shit, like man, what other coach got a record like Bo Mac? You go out there and lose all them fights and get knocked out all the goddamn time.
Hey, he gonna say, "Shit, I'm teaching them what not to do, Trey. What you talking about?"
Yeah, I
He,
understand
he
that,
can
man.
look at me.
God damn.
He can look at me and know to stay away from them cheeseburgers, the chili bowls.
Yeah. God damn, man. That man went out there and made an F on the test, man, and he teaching. Cyber Supreme said he used to get knocked down and couldn't get up. Yeah. He said Bo Mac a great coach, though. Shit, he got help. That man got a brain trust over there. He got two people that's helping him. He got that Mexican guy, I can't think of his name. He got the brother too. I can't think of his name either, but they got a brain trust. I respect Crawford because he listens to all three of them. I always bring up the fight that he had against Felix Diaz. I think it was the 6th round. I might be wrong about that, but I think it was the 6th round. He got instructions from all three coaches, and I saw him do everything they told him. He did every instruction that was given to him. I never seen nothing like that before. Most of the time, when fighters when like if it's a coach in the corner, he want to be the only one talking, and that's something that I give credit to Bo Mac too, because he ain't got that pride. You know what I'm saying? He delegating responsibility because he feel like that's gonna help his fighter, and I can respect that about him. I remember when Andre Ward, he went out there and fought Chad Dawson, right? Chad Dawson was getting his ass whooped, and Chad Dawson's coach kept on saying, "Be quiet, stop talking, stop talking." That's not Bo Mac. Bo Mac gonna let you talk because he feel like you telling his fighter something that can help him. He ain't got that pride to be fucking up the program. So I respect that about Bo Mac. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't a good look. He can't finish a goddamn sentence. Uh Joseph Brown said 115 to 113 was a score. I must be corrupt then. That's what Marlo said he had when he went back and scored it again. The first time he had the 75 for Taylor, then he went back and scored the fight again. He had the 75 for Lopez. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good score. Cyber Supreme said Esau in red. Oh, that's their name. Esau and red. Hell, I thought y'all went biblical on me at first. You talking about Esau and Jacob or something like that. Esau and red. I got you. Red spikes and Esau. Yeah, they got a good little brain trust going over there. You know what I'm saying? Most corners they only got 2 eyeballs. That's officially trainers looking at the opposition or looking at the fight. This man got 6 eyeballs over there looking. And I think that's a great thing. I mean, you know, sometimes when you're playing chess and you so close to the chessboard, the check may be right there in front of your face and you don't see it. But you got your partner standing behind you. He been seeing the checkmate the whole time. He just can't say nothing because he'll be cheating. Well, in this case, he got 3 people that's looking at the chessboard and they get a chance to tell him, you got the checkmate right here, brother. All you got to do is do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? But I also think that is we got to see more to say that they are great coach because we only seen it in one fighter so far. We only seen it with Terrence Bud Crawford. Let's see them make some other fighters look spectacular, and then I'll say that they some great coaches. I know they got the Jamel Herring and shit. That's what my man DeCane be talking about all the time. Well, they had Jamel Herring and all that stuff. I understand he was like an 85 and 15 amateur and all that kind of stuff. He cool little old fighter. But I wouldn't say that he was a spectacular fighter. I think he was a solid fighter, though. You know what I'm saying? I know he had some good wins when he went out there and beat Lamont Roach Jr. and stuff like that. I respect him for that kind of stuff. But overall, I think he was just a pretty good fighter. You know what I'm saying? I want to
Charles
see him make another outstanding fighter.
Charles D. Salute, fam. Yeah,
Charles Dillon.
I had to go rewatch that because I was like 30 seconds or a little more than 30 seconds behind. So it was some key things that I missed that I didn't see when I watched it the first time.
Okay. Sometimes it be like that, man. That's why I always say I like to go back and watch the fight again. D-Lo said when that shit happened, that's when Chad knew it wasn't going to be his night, huh, man? Yeah, I ain't seen the fight in a while. Uh, I think he might have been knocked down maybe once or twice already. I just seen highlights of the fight. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that shit again. I want to say he had already been dropped like once or twice in the fight, so he definitely knew it wasn't gonna be his night fucking around with Andre Ward. And I'm a dumbass too. I ain't gonna even lie. Y'all didn't even know me back then, but I put some money on Dawson, man. They had Andre Ward at minus 500, and they had Dawson at plus 350. And I wouldn't put some money on Dawson coming down in weight from 175 to 168, and he went out there and got his ass whooped. And I'm betting against an Olympic gold medalist. Yeah, I was dumb as a motherfucker, but it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? Rod, as a chance, my thoughts on Ryan Garcia training with James is Ryan Garcia going to show up to train? If Garcia shows up, James will help him tremendously. Goddamn, yeah, and it seems like he got some respect for him too, man. That's a big part of it, man. You got to have respect for your coach. Y'all remember Kovalev with John David Jackson? He ain't had no respect for his coach. Like, how the fuck can your coach be maximize his effectiveness if you don't respect the motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a big thing. It seemed like he might have had respect for the Reynosa, but Reynosa might not have put that diligence into him like a Derrick James appears to be putting into his fighters. So I think it's a combination of that. You go into a situation where you trust and respect the coach, and at the same time, the coach seems like he's pouring into his fighters. So that could be a good thing for the motherfucker. We'll see. Lala D say she agree with some. Haplotype said, I thought it was 8-4 for Teofimo Lopez, being as generous as possible to Taylor, but that's just my opinion. Ain't nothing wrong with your opinion. Charles D, what's up with it? D-Lo said they are training a guy who doesn't necessarily go to the corner looking for instruction. Who you talking about? Oh, you talking about Crawford. He training a guy, yeah, because he got the instincts and stuff. He can go out there and make adjustments on the fly. You just got to go out there and compliment him a little bit. Not compliment, like not saying nice things to him, but I'm just saying compliment what he got going on instead of trying to go out there and just be overbearing and shit with instructions and stuff like that, because it don't require all that. That's why I always say, like Mayweather. How many times have we seen Mayweather get some just strenuous instructions in the corner? Most of the time, it be pretty light. Just give him a little something he can use, because you already know this man can make adjustments on the fly. The most I ever heard Mayweather talk to in the corners when he got hit real hard by Mosley. But otherwise, he just keep doing what you're doing. 6, 7, 8 rounds, he'd be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So shit like that. D-Lo said bringing Heron to a championship was a solid. That's why I say it's solid. It's a good thing. But I can't make it seem like I can't put cables on it like you say, bro. I think that's a good job they did. Very solid. Like I said, Heron had an amateur background, 85-15. I think he might have fought in the military as well. He might have fought in the Marines or something like that. So he had a little bit of background before he came to them, but it seemed like they took him to the next level. Who was that guy that stopped Heron early on? Shafarkov, Dennis Shafarkov or something like that. I think he might have got with them after that fight, but I might be wrong about that. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know. D-Lo said Bomac has Keyshawn. I think he would take him far if he can keep the Cheetos. Yeah, he definitely got Keyshawn. He got some. That's some solid talent right there. We definitely gonna see, and that could also end up being an indictment on him too. That you get a fighter as talented as Keyshawn, and he don't go as far as he should go. If he end up getting some stumbles in the road, people might be side-eyeing Bomac like, hey, you were trusted to the care of this kid, and look at him out there. He ain't looking as good as he's supposed to look. So this might be do or die for his reputation. We gonna see. Cyber Supreme said, hell yeah, Ward was beating the brakes off Dawson. Dropped him like Mayweather did Corrales. Yeah, that shit was pretty, man. When he hit him with that left hook, it seemed like he might have went to the body with the right hand and came upstairs with the hook on his ass. Yeah, that shit was pretty, man. I'm sitting up there feeling dumb as hell. I done fucked off my little money. Betting on Dawson like a fool. Cyber Supreme said, hell yeah. Okay, I read that. Let me scroll down. D-Lo said, I took Dawson too, but only because of the odds, but I did think he had action. Ward down there fed me to death on Crow that night, yeah. Yeah, man. It's not fruitful to be going out there betting against Olympic gold medalists and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially the ones from the United States. Sometimes you'll get an Olympic gold medalist like from the UK, like a Luke Campbell or something like that. They don't pan out all the time. Even a Anthony Joshua, they don't pan out the way they supposed to. But if you get an Olympic gold medalist from the United States, a lot of the time they be the goods. You know what I'm saying? An Olympic medalist, period, from the States. They be the goods most of the time. Joseph Brown said Keyshawn already ain't listening to Bo Mack. Bo Mack was telling Keyshawn to stay focused because Keyshawn was playing with Gidget in that fight. Okay, that might not be a good sign. D'Lo said Ryan ass got kicked out of there because he didn't want to do the work. That's what happened with him and Reynosa. I think that's what he's saying. Cyber Supreme said, you never bet against Ward, number one rule. Oh, yeah, I learned my lesson. That was my one and only time betting against Andre Ward. That's for damn sure. I never did that shit again. Didn't even think about doing that shit again. D-Lo said, just keep hitting him with that motherfucker. He be ready to go. Yeah. Sean D said they had Times Square shut down. What they had Times Square shut down for? They were showing a fight or something? It seemed like I heard somebody saying that a fight was being showed in Times Square. I know that you from New York, though. So what exactly you talking about? Joseph Brown said, just box the motherfucker. You win easy when you do that. Yeah, that's when he fought against Mosley right there. That was Leonard Ellerby saying that shit. D'Lo said, I think Crawford may end up being the rare great fighter who also becomes a good trainer if he pursues it. I can see that. I was also thinking about Adrian Broner might be a good trainer one day because he just seemed like he got like a magnetic type of personality. He definitely got the amateur background, over 300 fights. He done fought at a high level as a pro, so I know the kids will respect him. He just seemed like he got the type of attitude that he good with young people, period. He done made some mistakes and shit, so he can tell you about the potential pitfalls of the decisions that you're making. I could see Adrian Broner being a coach in the future. I definitely could see that shit. But you might be right about Crawford, man, because Crawford got a lot of those same qualities. You know what I'm saying? The young people gravitate towards him. Hyphy up in the building. What's up with it? Say Franco versus Yoka is the one I'm really looking forward to this weekend. As usual, have your alarm set. Yeah, that's a rematch though, man. That's the only thing that's taking the excitement from me in that fight. I wanted to bet on Franco. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see the first fight. I didn't even know they fought before. I don't know nothing about Ioka. I'm gonna be honest. But I saw that Franco was minus 135, and I know that he's a 3 on my scale. So I was like, yeah, we might have a good bet right here. And then when I went to box rec, I saw that it was a rematch, and that just knocked all the excitement out of me. You know what I'm saying? But I'll try my best to watch it though. That's for damn sure. Set the alarm.
Hype, bro. Hype, salute, bro.
Charles D said the Bud and Spence conference. Okay, I got you. Said they had Times Square shut down. D'Lo said they were streaming Spence Crawford pressure in Times Square. I got you. Charles D said they had it playing out on the Deuce. I don't even know what that is, brother. He said they promoting heavy. That's great. That's a great thing, man. I don't normally be giving a fuck about no pay-per-view sales and buys and all that kind of stuff. But I want these people to be successful, man. I hope the motherfucker reach at least 1 million. I really do. These are two of our own. It is what it is. I felt the same way when when Earl Spence fought Sean Porter on pay-per-view. I said a lot of the same shit. These are two of our own. Let's go out here and help these motherfuckers, support them. You know what I'm saying? All day long. D'Lo said Broner definitely has an eye for talent. He brought Tank to Floyd. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? That's a big part of what I was thinking too. I didn't say it out loud, but I am aware that he brought Tank to Floyd. Lala D talking about the press conference. Absolutely. Tweez Lamar said facts. AB would be a great call. I think he would too, man. He obviously loved kids. He got like 5 kids of his own and stuff like that. I could see him being in the gym, man. You know, after he done got older, more wise and slowed down. I could definitely see him working with the kids, man, and maybe finding a young kid and bringing him up. I could see that. Lala D said, "Oh, I'm a minute behind. Well, goddamn, catch up." Charles D said, "The Deuce is 42nd Street in NYC." Okay, I got you. I ain't never been out that way, brother. Shit, I'm in the South. Hype, you say you must not remember it, but you definitely watched that one because we discussed it. But nonetheless, good fight to look forward to. We discussed the fight. I discussed the goddamn fight. Franco versus Ioka. I watched the fight, huh? All right, man. Shit, I'll take your word for it. Lala Lee said, "Yup, me and Marlo were at that fight. What fight y'all was at? Oh, you talking about Spence versus Sean Porter? Yeah, Marlo was at that fight. I remember that shit because I called the fight with El Fenici and Roughhouse and stuff. Yeah, that was one of our biggest fight calls too. Shit, we had got like 500 new subscribers off that shit. Okay, Lala D talking to Charles D. Charles D said 42nd Street is where the ball drops and out of towners go. Okay, I got you. That's where the tourist attraction go. I might slide out there one of these days, man, and do me some traveling. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really been past North Carolina. That's as far as I've been. Joseph Brown said, I think Teofimo will be a good coach. He talking about do it and has a few fighters he wants to coach out too. I mean, he wants to reach out to. I got you. Think Teofimo will be a good coach? Yeah, he might. He got some pretty good skills. You know what I'm saying? Been with the same trainer the whole time too, so he got that loyalty in him and shit. He might be able to be an example. You know what I'm saying? I probably could see that. Teofimo got some pretty good skills. I just think that Adrian Broner, I know that he talk crazy, but I think he got better people skills than Teofimo Lopez. I know y'all probably hear that shit and be like, man, what the fuck is he talking about? How does Adrian Broner have better people skills? I just think he do. I think he's a person that people can gravitate towards more than Teofimo. A lot of time people listen to Teofimo and get mad. You might listen to Adrian Broner and you'll laugh. You might think he crazy. You might think he immature. You might think he's silly, but you don't really get mad. I listen to Teofimo and get angry. And I just don't, yeah, I don't think he's great with people, man. That's just my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? Um, Lala Disa, I want to check out Seattle and St. Paul. Goddamn, I mean, I got family in Seattle too. Charles D said, bring gas is up top. Burn gas legally and taste the culture. Goddamn me. All right. Haplotype said, Bo Max should lose some weight, but you can't argue with the results thus far. Teofimo is annoying. I mean, I ain't arguing with his results. It's just some doubt because I've only seen him do it with one fighter, with Terrence Crawford. I see other trainers like the legendary trainers. We ain't even got to talk about them because you know all the legends, Ray Arcel and all that kind of shit. Them motherfuckers was proving it. You know what I'm saying? Even Floyd Mayweather Sr., he did do his thing with Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya. I just want to see Bo Mac do it with more than one fighter. I even still have some doubt in my mind with Virgil Hunter because I only seen Virgil do it with Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? But the evidence suggests that Bo Mac is probably a good trainer, a great trainer maybe. But I think that I want to see it with more than one fighter. We'll get a chance to really see with Keyshawn Davis. If he takes Keyshawn Davis a long way towards the top, I'm gonna give him his props. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them super fanboy motherfuckers that can't give another man props. That's on the opposite side. That's why I'm a true competitor. I respect my competition. You know what I'm saying? I might talk my shit as far as having fun with the competition, but I'm not gonna disrespect my competition. And right now I feel like Bo Mac is the competition, him and Crawford, but that don't mean I can't say nothing nice about the motherfuckers. You know, people was talking about how Crawford was dressing and stuff like that. I like the way Crawford dressed. I was talking about that shit on MZ channel. I like how the man don't wear no purses. He don't wear no costumes. He ain't doing none of that shit. He just look like a brother that you know what I'm saying? Just somebody you can fuck with.
Right, Bud, a simple motherfucker. You
Exactly.
watch him on Instagram, all that. He go fishing. He ain't into the fancy cars. He buy classics. Bud, a simple motherfucker.
Yeah.
He ain't with the bullshit. I don't think he gonna sell out of none of that when he get his end. I don't think he gonna buy no purses neither. Eric R, salute, bro.
Salute to you, brother. Shit, he didn't. I even see him with the same BBW. I ain't even seen him go out there and switch up and go get him one of them exotic looking chicks. The way,
Instagram motherfucker.
yeah, he ain't went and got no Instagram model. Bud Crawford, I still see him with that same chick from the hood. I heard that he motivated her to go back to school and get her stuff the way she wanted. He just come across like a good guy to me. I like Crawford. I question his strength of schedule when it comes to winning undisputed, when it comes to Indongo, when it comes to Ricky Burns and all that kind of shit. That's what I question. But
Say
that don't.
they got like 5 kids or something, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I respect Crawford, man. You know, in that regard. But we'll definitely see about this fight, though. I'm still taking Earl Spence all the way. Haplotype said Ray Arcel was just going to say, yeah, Ray Arcel, Emmanuel Stewart, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? What's the name of the guy? He was the first black Olympic coach. He trained Sugar Ray Robinson. Um, damn, what the fuck is that dude's name? I know that OG Scrapbook be talking about him all the time. I see Eric R. Salute. Charlie said Seattle has shitty weather. Hyphy say Barry Hunter and Mark Ramsey are the trainers that continue to impress me. Oh yeah, I definitely love Barry Hunter in the corners. I don't know nothing about no Mark Ramsey, to be honest with you. But Barry Hunter, when it comes to motivational speaking in the corner, that is my favorite by far. It ain't even close. And he said, stop tripping over your damn feet and let's go to work. Yeah, I love Barry Hunter in no corners, man. Haplotype said there are some trainers who only have one great fighter like Virgil Hunter or Enzo Calzaghe. And I said that I questioned Virgil Hunter a little bit because I have seen Virgil Hunter in the corner before with other fighters. It was this one fighter he had. He fought a draw against this guy from South Africa. His last name was Woesthuizen. It started with two O's. And that's when Virgil Hunter was in the corner and he was whispering. He said, use those great legs that you have and stuff like that. And I think his fighter did a good enough job to win the fight, in my opinion. They ended up ruling it a draw. But it was some points in the fight I was like, man, this is kind of out the box. I mean, he over here whispering and stuff. Use those great legs. That just seemed kind of weird to me. You know what I'm saying? But you can't take away the effectiveness that he had with Andre Ward. And plus, he kind of transcended just being a coach because he was like a father figure to the guy. He took the man in when he was a little kid and stuff like that when he needed his help. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of respect for Virgil Hunter, but I only seen him make one fighter a hell of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I like to see more than one before I just say, oh yeah, this coach is the shit. It's a bad motherfucker. Eric R said, who are the results from? They're hold on, they're like three niggas in Buzz Corner. Oh yeah, they definitely got a brain trust over there. That's for sure. He said, get well, Almond Brown. Absolutely. Almond Brown and came down with COVID. She had texted me earlier and shit, talking about that shit. She said she got her temperature together, then it went back up, and she did something. I can't remember. I told her she need to take her ass to the goddamn hospital. It was at 102, then it went down, and it shot back up to 101.9. I said, take your ass to see a doctor. I don't want to hear about no brain damage or nothing on your ass. La La D.
Get well soon, sis.
Absolutely. La La D said 6 if you count the oldest girl. Okay. Well, she got to count her. Hype said sidebar. Zion Williamson got some crazy drama going on with Instagram models. On that note, back to boxing. Having a tight talking about Blackburn. No, not Jack Blackburn. What's the Harry Wiley Sr. That's his name. There we go. Harry Wiley Sr. That's what I'm talking about. As far as one of the greatest coaches. He was working with some bad ones back in the day, including Sugar Ray Robinson. You know what I'm saying? And scroll down. Haplotype said Virgil, he's ready to be whooped. Classic line. Yep. That is definitely a classic line right there. He's ready to be whooped. Uh, I mean, that's haplotype if I said hyphy. Hyphy said, I remember that fight. He was a super middleweight fighter who would later be stopped by James DeGale. Okay, I ain't know he got stopped by James DeGale, but yeah, you're right. He was a super middleweight fighter. He had like a little even haircut with the waves and shit. And that's when he was like, use those great legs against that Woesthuizen guy. That Woesthuizen dude was pretty tough. He came to fight and he donated. I think he dedicated the fight to Mandela or something like that after the fight, if I ain't mistaken. It's been a while since I seen that shit. Charles D said, okay, let me scroll down. He said, come through and get right. Haplotype said, Harry Wiley. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I ain't even see your comment. It just came to me. You know what I'm saying? Harry Wiley Sr. Haplotype said, let's do that. Okay, you talking to Charles D, I'm assuming. Haplotype said, I said it, give me my points. Well, shit, I had said it before I saw your comment, though, so I got to get the points. Uh, Haplotype said Blackburn with Joe Lewis and others. It was Harry Wiley Sr. Yeah, I know about Jack Blackburn a little bit. Bad man as a fighter and a coach. Charles D said, okay, talking to Haplotype. Well, we just wanted to come here and chop it up a little bit, man. How long we have been on, bro? Almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and shut it down, man. Go ahead and get up out of here. I gotta go fix me some dinner. I'm hungry as a motherfucker. I ate breakfast this morning. Then I had me a tough ass workout later on in the day. Ate me a little something, and that shit done evaporated. So I gotta go fix me a real dinner, you know what I'm saying? Give me something with some nice amount of protein. You know what I'm saying? So I can recharge. I guess we could look at the Chan Ross results. I just felt kind of bad because we ain't been really talking about the Chan Ross results. And then now all of a sudden I'm back in the top 10 and I want to talk about the Chan Ross results again. And people would be like, man, you wasn't saying nothing when you were down in the 30s. Actually, I did, as a matter of fact. I think we did check it, but when I was rising, I ain't said nothing about the Chan Ross results. We had got up out of there. Eric Carr said, who is on 6? 35, homie. Telling me and my guy interested in joining his fantasy bandbidding group since he can't do boxing no more. Yeah, I ain't gonna talk shit till the job done though. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm gonna stay cool for right now because the job still need to get done. But the man was beating me by like 38 points after week 2. Now he's down by 119 points. That's the motherfucker that y'all want to co-sign. Haplotype and Charles D. That's who y'all want to co-sign. That's your king, huh? Yeah, all of that loud talking and all of that intimidating and all of that being mean and all of that shit don't work over here. Fuck having a debate. Yeah, we gonna debate with them numbers. That's what I'm about, them numbers. I'm gonna let the numbers be the judge. Yeah. What you about to say?
I was about to say, hey, Haplo. Haplo, take your hat off.
Take your hat off, Junior. What? Take your hat off, Junior. What? Take your hat off. Don't ask no crazy ass goddamn question.
Yeah.
Don't bring no boys back around here talking that crazy shit again.
Ooh, getting his ass stomped on the Chan Ross in the 40s. D-Lo said maybe the greatest underappreciated trainer ever. His son Harry Jr. died recently and never got to see his dad inducted into the hall as he should be. That's a goddamn shame, man. I read about him being the first Olympic coach and shit. They kicked him off the team because he stood up for the black fighters that was on the Olympic team. The white fighters, they was getting good food. They was getting steaks and eating chicken and all kind of stuff, and they was giving the black fighters powdered milk and all of this old crazy shit. So Harry Wiley Sr. stepped in so he can advocate for the black fighters, and he ended up getting kicked off the team. You know what I'm saying? But he was a hell of a trainer. If you listen to the historians, man, the historians love Harry Wiley Sr. You know what I'm saying? Well, man, Haplotype said, I bet something. I know it's okay to give you talking to Charles D. Let me get out to business. Charles D said, where you at in the ranks? I don't know if he talking to Haplotype or if he talking to me. Hypey said, this the part where the mention dude name, then he magically pop in and it all goes downhill. Now, he ain't about to pop in and shit. I would be very surprised if he pop in right now and he getting his ass towed off the motherfucking frame. He ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. He can step in this motherfucker when he first plays and talk. Is he gonna step in here when he in the 40s? In the 40s. After 2 weeks, you in first place. And I told everybody, I said, look, he getting bonuses right now. So when them bonuses stop, let's see how good he really is. Because guess what? I'm top 10 right now, and I only got 3 bonuses all season. I got 1 knockout bonus, and I got 2 decision bonuses. That's all I got. And I'm still top 10. Yeah, that means something. Yeah, he ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of right now. He can't come here and say he motherfucking thing. Take this ass whooping, and it ain't over. We got 4 more weeks to go. He better hope that my OG partner don't catch up to him. Yeah, that's what he better do. He better hope my OG partner don't catch up to him. He ain't got himself shit. He has nothing. I was just gonna chill until I won, but shit, it is what it is. That man ain't about to come catch me at fucking 119 points ahead of him. Man ain't got himself shit. And y'all come over here talking about haplotype talking about, oh man, he's so knowledgeable. Him and Trey X, they gonna be good friends because they two knowledgeable guys. Don't you ever put that motherfucker in the same sentence as the great legendary Trey X. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. And haplotype talking about he a solid dude. Not haplotype, but Charlie D talking about, yeah, he's solid with his boxing talk. I don't know. I don't endorse too many people, but he's solid with it. He ain't got shit. Fuck you talking about, nigga. He ain't got nothing. Yeah, and he talked down on our content, talking about they better stick to them quizzes and all that kind of shit. Nigga, you better stick to them debates and argue and bully people into supporting you. See, all of that arguing and bullying shit, nah, that ain't gonna get my respect. My respect comes from results. And if you gonna talk shit, can you back it up? I'm known for backing it up. I ain't just talking just to be talking, nigga. I backs it up. Yeah, he done met his match over here. And guess what? If he do come over here, he ain't getting nothing that he want. He ain't getting on the motherfucking panel with me. He don't deserve to be on the panel with me. Talking about I'm scum on the bottom of his shoe, right? He's fucking trash juice. How do you say trash juice in Spanish, haplotype? Is it jugo de basura? Is that trash juice? Trash juice, motherfucker.
Jugo de basura.
Jugo de basura is what the motherfucker is. Since I'm scum underneath the bottom of his shoe, respectfully, yeah, respectfully is what he said, right? Yeah, I ain't forgot that shit. He getting his ass kicked. Like I said, I'm fucking your boy up. XN4, nigga. Fuck you talking about. You can go get him if you want to. I don't give a fuck. He ain't got nothing for me. Talking about he want to get on the panel with a legend. And I ain't even named myself a legend. It's somebody over there that fuck with him that called me a legend, but I ain't gonna say no names. He might even change his mind because we don't really get along with the man like we used to, but he definitely called me a legend. I ain't gonna forget. And guess what? I done got better since he called me a legend. Yeah, I ain't forgot. Just like I said, he fucking with a historical figure. Nigga, I'm in a scrapbook boxing video. Scrapbook boxing told me that I'm the inspiration for him starting his channel, me and Marlo. And he also said that I'm the best blow-by-blow commentator since the legendary Don Dumphy. He said that in a video. I got the shit saved in my phone. That was a hell of a compliment from a historian. Yeah, that's the kind of respect I get in the community. He ain't fucking with me, a goddamn pedestrian. Zone 60 enforcer, Zone 6 the pedestrian. Take away them goddamn bonuses, and he's a pedestrian, like I said. Yeah, y'all, I really apologize to everybody because I'm only beating them by 119 when I should be beating them by at least 200. And I should be out there. I should be out there destroying this man by 200 points. I apologize to y'all for that. I dropped the ball this past week. I went out there and made some dumbass picks and only got like 8th place or something like that. I should have placed though. First, second, or third. I went out there and dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? But hey, don't worry about it though, because I'm going out there and I'm representing like I'm supposed to. The man is getting his ass whooped. He'll probably he needs to just drop out. That's what he needs to do. He needs to just quit so he can have an excuse. So he can say, well, damn, man, I didn't even do the whole season. That's what he needs to do. He's getting his ass tore off the frame right now. He ain't even beating nobody. He ain't beating nobody on the corner except for my OG Ernest Davis. And this is his first time in this shit. And he ain't even big on boxing. He just got into boxing. That's the only person that he beating. Everybody else is in front of this man.
We already put him in the backwood. Hey, Charles D, it wasn't disrespectful. He said it's just shit talking. It's just shit talking. That's all. He came through talking big shit, and he got walked down. He was in front of us for what, a week or something. But in front of Trey, I'm still in 30 something. I think I am at 30, but he was talking big old shit, and he got walked down.
Nah, that shit was disrespect, nigga. That's the way I took it when he made that video. That was disrespect to me. Talking about our fucking content, calling me scum on the bottom of his shoe. Nigga, you got me fucked up. I don't talk to nobody like that. I talk shit as far as competition, but I ain't gonna call you scum underneath the bottom of my shoe. That's why he fucking trash juice. Yeah, fuck you talking about. Yeah, I took that shit to disrespect.
I didn't hear that though.
Yeah, he said that shit off in that video. Respectfully. Yeah, I ain't forgot none of that shit. I hold a grudge like a motherfucker. And guess what? I deliver. And it sounds like I'm emotional right now because I'm really not. I'm really a calculating person. I knew when I got off in his head and shit because he talking about I already got my picks in. I already got my picks in. I said he making his picks mad. I got him right where I want him. All I got to do is go on there and make the basic picks, and he ain't got nothing for me. That's what I said. And I went out there and beat him. And he been getting his ass whooped ever since. He has nothing for me. He'll probably want to change the subject. He might even want to disrespect me. Trey X, a bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga. I'll pull up on you. And I don't give a fuck about none of that. We gonna let the numbers talk, nigga. Them numbers is saying that you getting your ass whooped and you're not on my level. You're not on my motherfucking level. You need more practice. You need to stick to this shit. That's what you need to do. Go buy you some boxing books and get your read on. You need to study because you ain't fucking with me all day. Respectfully. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Where I was at in the chat. D-Lo said, okay, I read that. Scroll down. Charles D said, co-sign. Who co-signing your boy's own six is what I'm talking about. Haplotype said, I'm 16, but I was in the top 10. Missed out on 2 fights today. My son graduation. No excuses. I'm coming. Yeah, you could have kept that to yourself. I don't give a fuck what you missed. Eric R said 37 ain't no different from 73 when it comes to us in the Chow Ross. Absolutely. Haplotype said, Bronze Zone is his own man, dog. I tried to something him to this channel, but he said what he said, not responsible for that. Yeah, man, the way I look at shit, man, if you just like the mafia, if you bring a motherfucker in and the man get to doing some shit and he get whacked, well, you get whacked with him. The way I see the shit, I'm like, man, look, I'm gonna kill the snake and I'm gonna smash and crush the egg that he was hatched out of. That's the way I see shit. But I ain't been disrespecting you though. I done let that shit go. You still co-signed the man. You told me how knowledgeable he is. When I said that he was in the top, he was number one and he wasn't gonna stay there, y'all niggas jumped up there telling me how good he was, how much he know about boxing and all of this kind of shit. Yeah. So I take that as a cosign. Y'all co-signed the man. And he made y'all look dumb. It is what it is. He made you look dumb. You co-signed a bad horse against a fucking thoroughbred. Let that be a lesson. Helps like, okay, I read that. Let me scroll down. Charles D, so I'm close to the top 20, if not inside the top 20. Eric R said, Trey tried to tell him it's a marathon. Absolutely, it's a marathon. It ain't no motherfucking sprint. It's a marathon. Haplotype say 16 for now. Joseph Brown said he ain't coming one hit wonder. Yeah, you motherfucking flash in the pan, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, after 2 weeks, the man talking. I'm scum underneath the bottom of his shoe is what the man said. I don't get disrespected in the motherfucking community if y'all ain't noticed. I done had some people say shit. BFTB said something about me. All he said was, I don't like that nigga. I don't like that nigga. But they keep the disrespect to a minimum. I don't get disrespected in the fucking community. Yeah, so I took that shit personally. You talking to the great fucking Trey X. Hell you talking about, nigga. I've been proving myself in this shit and gonna continue to do so. Fuck you talking about. Talking about Haplotype said he coming soon. D-Lo said ain't hit a lick at a snake on bonuses. This ain't hit a lick at a snake on bonuses this season. Yeah, I got you. I've been trash on the bonuses too. I'm really traditionally trash with the bonuses. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need bonuses to do my thing though. Whenever I'm hitting on bonuses, I got action at winning the whole thing. I don't hit on bonuses and still be at the bottom of the barrel. Nigga, I hit on bonuses, nigga. I'm up there at the top. And like I said, I done got 3 bonuses all season and I'm still top 10. You know what I'm saying? Eric Carr said he hoping for a top 40 finish. Absolutely. Looking like a 0.5 sub-novice. A sub-novice pedestrian is speaking my motherfucking name and put me in the title. Is he going to go back and talk to his people? Has he still been talking about the Channel Ross? Or is he done with that shit? I bet he ain't said nothing about that Channel Ross ever since. Fuck you talking about? Tar D said, talk your talk. I'm slipping, but I'm still in striking distance. Yeah, do your thing, man. I mean, you ain't disrespecting me. Your boy that you co-signed is. So all of this shit is aimed at him. It ain't aimed at haplotype. Y'all niggas got to catch a few strays because y'all co-signed him. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I know where the disrespect came from. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to beat them with these numbers. That's what it's all about for me. All that tough talk I'm going to pull up on you. I don't give a fuck about none of that. In the history of YouTube, ain't nobody ever pulled up on nobody and did nothing. That's what the shit is. I'm not worried about none of that. I'm worried about this boxing that he's supposed to be so good at. That's what I'm worried about. And your boy getting fucked up out here. He was up by 38, down by 119. Where I come from, that's a 157-point swing. That's a whole fucking week worth of picks. That's really more than a week, because normally we'll get like 15 fights. Nigga, it take like 2 weeks to get 157 points. Me getting his ass towed the fuck up out there, fucking around with me. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I don't even give a damn if I drop in the standings. As long as I beat him, that's all I'm worried about. As long as I beat him, I'm good. And I've been holding this shit in. I ain't even been saying nothing. I just been staying cool and whooping his ass. But yeah, it is what it is. The man ain't about to beat me. Haplotype says Zone is a good dude, made a bad impression. Well, the shit, that's on him. I don't give a fuck how good he is. I'm good, ain't I? Yeah, I done won a whole championship. I done got second place, fourth place, top 10 right now. I done got 8th place, all kind of shit. I'm good, ain't I? Yeah, I know I am. D-Lo said it would be respectable at this point if he gets top 20, huh? Yeah, I guess it'd be respectable. I don't know, man. As good as he's supposed to be, he needs to be up there in at least top 10 if he that motherfucking good. You know what I'm saying? But once you get towards the top, it's a little bit hard to pass up people. There's some real good people up there. Nick Harmer and different type of people. He even had Nick Harmer mad, man. All my OG partners was mad than a motherfucker when they heard that video. Everybody hit me up and said, man, you better whoop his motherfucking ass this season. Even Nick Harmer told me, nigga, you better batter his motherfucking ass. He didn't say nigga, but he said, you better batter him for the rest of the season. I said, don't worry about it. I got him. I got you. Don't even worry about it. See, because I'm built for this shit. See, if I have a bad week or I lose, I don't run into hiding. You know what I'm saying? I come and face the music and I eat my crow because I'm built for this shit. See, I know we ain't the same. You see what I'm saying? He can't come around because he got his ass toe off the bone fucking with me. So you got to stay where he at because he ain't in a position of power. Yeah, we ain't the same. Hypey said he the king of almost fights. Yeah. D-Lo's, hold on. Eric Gar said slapped all over the alley. Haplocyte don't know how I'm responsible. Man, stop saying that shit over and over again. I'm tired of hearing about that shit. My opinion is my opinion. I can think whatever the fuck I want to think. I ain't gotta like nobody. I don't have to like you. I don't have to like him. I don't have to like nobody. I can look at this shit however the fuck I want to look at it. So you look at it how you look at it and let me look at it how I look at it. I ain't been disrespecting you. Have I been disrespecting you? I ain't said nothing fucked up to you. So you can keep that bullshit. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I already said we just gonna move past the shit and just be how we was. You came in and I said haplotype the historian and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate the super chat that you gave us early and all of that. I ain't been disrespecting you. You ain't got to keep telling me that same shit. I understand how you feel about the situation, but this is how I feel. So shit, it is what it is. Keep that bullshit to yourself. Hugo De Basura is correct. Appreciate that. I know trash juice when I see it. Eric R said, bark with your dog. Absolutely. Charles D said, when did she get disrespectful? When he made the video. When he made the video talking about I'm scum underneath the bottom of his shoe. When he was talking about our fucking trivia, talking about y'all better stick to them quizzes. Get your picks right. I can't even see you on the screenshot. Well, can he be seen on the screenshot? Somebody go look at the motherfucking list and see if he fit on the goddamn screenshot. I didn't fit on the screenshot because I was in 36th place. He's in 41st place. Can he fit on the screenshot? I think not. Fuck you talking about. That's when it got disrespectful. Haplotype, that's another man. I'm tired of hearing that shit. Joseph Brown said RIP Zone 6. Yeah, he's done. He has nothing. He better come back next season. That's what he better do. Come back and redeem that shit. And he gonna come back and get his ass toe off the bone next season. He'll probably come over here and be like, well, nigga, bet something then, broke nigga. Let's bet $5,000 or some shit like that. A nigga that can't even come eat his crow, I'm supposed to expect him to come pay a bet. Nah, I don't trust none of that shit. I'm telling you, whatever kind of energy he come at me with, this shit will not work. This is a whole different program fucking with me. You better stick to them niggas that you're talking tough with and threatening and all that kind of shit. Because all of that tough shit gets no respect from me. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. We gonna keep it with the numbers, nigga. You can't fuck with me. Period. You ain't no Jesse Aguilar. You ain't no Nick Harmer. You ain't no Michael Jersey. Ain't nothing like that. Those are my peers. We all champions. You know what I'm saying? Those are my peers. Stick to the motherfuckers that you can deal with. But it's a whole different category over here. You ain't no Joseph Brown. You ain't no motherfucking DeCane. 4.5s on the scale. He ain't even no goddamn Derek Bailey. Derek Bailey a 4 on my scale. He ain't no D-Lo. D-Lo a 3.5. He ain't no Gil Coles. Gil Coles a 3.5. Man, come on, man. Stick with what you're used to. These are some piranhas over here. That's what we are, nigga. We fight each other with the Champ Ross. Nigga, we go against each other every week. Yeah, that's what we built to do. And we don't run and hide when we lose either.
Hey, shit, me and Winston Lee passed him up. He up under both of us.
Yeah. I was just naming folks that be finishing top 10 and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Brown talking about RP Zone 6 closed casket. He getting his ass tore off the frame out there. Eric Ross says Zone getting ran through, changed his name to Skid Marcy. See, I ain't gonna even disrespect the man all like that. Well, hell, I did, didn't I? I called him who go there by Silla. But I ain't gonna call him no skid mark and all that kind of shit. He gave me one shot, so I'm gonna give him one shot back. He called me scum underneath the bottom of his shoe, so I'm gonna call him dumpster juice, trash juice. That's what I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna give him an eye for an eye. You know what I'm saying? But if that's what you want to call him, that's you know what I'm saying, that's your thing. Charles D said he actually came through. He came through that day when I was talking shit about the Champ Roast. And I wasn't even talking about the man specifically. I'm just saying, whoever this is at number one, I don't know who it is. And I don't expect him to stay up there because he ain't got the experience. And then here he comes saying what he's saying. And I was cool with that. I really wasn't even tripping when he came through the live stream. It was some people that were tripping, like the OGs, they were tripping, but I wasn't tripping. I was tripping when Champ Ross sent me that video. He sent me a video on Messenger, and I saw my name in the title, and I'm listening to the motherfucker disrespect me. He was going at Marlo too, but I didn't take kindly to that shit. And then he gonna throw in that respectfully, yeah, respectfully. Goddamn right, nigga. Yeah, this a whole different type of ball game over here, partner. Yeah. Where I'm at in the motherfucking chat. Charles D said he showed up cool, talking crazy is another thing. Yeah, the talking crazy on the video is what I had a problem with. Anything he said in the chat when he came over here, I didn't have no problem with that. He was just talking shit. I just took it as shit talking, good natured fun. But when he went and made the video, that changed everything. Straight like that. Eric Ross said body bag with toilet paper hanging out the side. Charles D said I'm still in striking this and we will see at the end. Yeah, we definitely gonna see. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. D-Lo said, Trey, are you calling that man nag? I don't even know what the fuck that means. Charles D said he soft as baby shit. I don't know what you talking about on that. I know you ain't talking about your boy that you co-sign. Haplotype said lesson learned representing me from now on was trying to help Zone to a good channel. He made his own impression. Anything he said was on him. I'm proving as well. You proving it what? You ain't proving it in Champ Ross. You are in the process of proving yourself. You might have been around on YouTube for a long time making content. I don't give a fuck about that. I mean, I respect it for what it is, but when it comes to the Champ Ross competition, that has no bearing on nothing. Well, like you said, represent yourself. I ain't no big friendly motherfucker anyway to be inviting people around me and talking about we gonna be good friends and all that kind of shit. What about me makes you think that I'm just some friendly motherfucker and I'm out here trying to be friends with everybody? Because I'm not. I don't even like people that's like that. It's people on YouTube that want to be cool with everybody, want to be friends with everybody. I don't like this shit. I think the shit's weak and it's fake. How the fuck you gonna please everybody? That's impossible. So if you walking around calling everybody my brother and all of that shit, that's fake to me and that's weak to me. I'm not no super friendly motherfucker. I pick and choose who I get along with, who I fuck with. Let me make that decision. So it is what it is on that shit. D-Lo said, I got 4 bonuses so far. All right, Charlie, he said, that's a solid week of picks. D-Lo said, yeah, Trez, you done put some yonder on it for sure, y'all. A 157-point swing, brother. You was beating me by 38. Now you're down by 119. It's a 157-point swing. That's what that is. Haplotype said lots of things. I have, okay, talking to Eric R, I think. Charles, I need to be top 10, fuck top 20. Yeah, I really don't even care, man. I'm trying to move up. I told my boy D-Lo, let's bust up in this motherfucking top 10 this week and go out there and make an impression. But as long as I beat your boy, that's all I'm worried about. As long as I beat zone 6, I'm good. I could fall down to fucking 30. As long as I beat that motherfucker, I'm good. I'm straight. D-Lo said Nick Harmer commented on the video and said, you coming to take my belt? Yeah. That's my boy, Nick Harmer, and he real peaceful. He told me you better batter that motherfucker for the rest of the season. See, one thing people don't understand about me, they hear me talking and shit. See, the thing about me, though, I talk shit, but people like me. You know what I'm saying? I dare to say people got love for me. All kind of people. D-Lo done sent me shit. The Roku from D-Lo and all that kind of shit. Gil Coles and sent me shit. I'm sitting in a chair from Gil Coles right now. You know what I'm saying? MZ sent me a fucking cash app last night because he just be trying to help our channel and shit. Like, people around me, they got love for me, nigga. I talk shit, but I'm likable. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. That's the difference. Haplotype says still going for the gold period. That's what you're supposed to do. It ain't impossible. We got 4 more weeks to go. Only thing is, this past week that we had, that was the perfect opportunity to gain some ground. That was the perfect opportunity. That's why I'm mad at myself, because I made picks that I'm normally money on, but I overthought myself. Like, I'll look at a guy and like I would say, okay, this guy look like he pretty tough. So I say, okay, let me see who he been fighting. And I see that he been fighting scrubs. And I'll be like, well, damn, how can I say he tough when he been fighting against scrubs? Like, how tough are you? But that shit was locking up like a motherfucker. I swear it was locking up every time. And before, like, I wouldn't even be overthinking myself. I just see the shit. Okay, I think this guy's tough. Boom, I'm gonna take it by decision. But this time I was overthinking myself. Instead of taking decisions, I was taking fucking knockouts. I could have had an outstanding week. No bullshit. I left probably at least 20 points on the board. And that would have got me like in 3rd place or something like that. But it's all good though. You live and you learn. Got to come back with something. And that's what we about to do. Eric Garza, I wanted him bad until he fell out the rankings. The journeyman stat. He ain't even no journeyman. That's a Peter Buckley. Go out there and look up Peter Buckley. How about Reggie Strickland? Go look up Reggie Strickland on BoxRec and tell me what you see. That's who that is. There ain't no motherfucking journeyman. I guess you could say they journeyman too, but it's levels to journeyman. He ain't no what's the name of the dude that knocked out Roy Jones the second time? The dude from Jamaica, I want to say. Oh, we can even say the guy that I was in the gym with, Alex Bunemo. We ain't gonna even say Marquez Logan. Say it again, bro. Glenn Johnson. He ain't no Glenn Johnson. He more like a Peter Buckley. A motherfucker that got 200 losses or some shit. That's what he is. He ain't no goddamn Glenn Johnson. It's levels to this journeyman shit. D-Lo said Geneva Warren, and absolutely Geneva Warren, another one. Baddest lady in the land, ain't even no comparison. You know what I'm saying? Top 5, dead or alive, every fucking season. And she's extremely nice. I had talked to her a little bit on Messenger when we became Facebook friends and shit. She just cool as a fan. A very nice woman, and she is a killer. I'm gonna take Geneva Warren over damn near anybody in that fucking Chow Ross competition. She ain't no joke. Charles D said I need 2 or 3 weeks of top picks to be inside the top 10. Yeah, I could use some good picks my own self, man. I don't want to be with my toenail in the top 10 at the edge of the top 10. I want to be nice and firmly planted in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? But we got work to do. It's all good. Haplotype say last time it's all good on me. That's it. Done. Yeah, man, I'm past that shit, man. We ain't gotta talk about who fault it was and all that kind of shit no more. I understand who you are as far as like how you done like supported our channel. You know what I'm saying? I always say, I say it again. When me and Marlo first started our channel, Haplotype made a video and he had 3 channels that he felt like was up and coming and that people need to check out. One channel was Marlo's Corner. And this shit was like 5 years ago. I got an outstanding memory. You know what I'm saying? I be remembering all kind of shit that people don't be remembering. That's why I got mad. Well, I ain't gonna even go into all of that. I ain't gonna even go into all of that. But I got an outstanding memory, and I remember what you were saying. So I ain't tripping on you like that. Just understand, you brought your boy and he got fucked up though. You know what I'm saying? You brought him over here and got him fucked up. That's what happened. I'm fucking your boy up. X and 4.
Haplo like Red on Friday. Boy, get up! I told you not to come over here fucking these people.
Yeah, square business. D-Lo said, and we go head to head versus each other. That's why I was saying, man, like we be out there battling each other. You know what I'm saying? We be cannibalizing each other. We just built for that shit. It just is what it is, and can't nobody run and hide when you lose. Even Marlo be competing. Hell, Marlo got a winning record in this shit. That motherfucker Marlo done pulled up a few upsets. Yeah, we be all going against each other. I just kind of slowed down on it because I be forgetting who already went against each other. I be like, I'm gonna put you against that person. They be like, well, shit, we already went against each other. I be like, damn, I just can't remember. But
hey, I took down the reigning, defending, undisputed.
You did. You went out. Yep, because the lineage was Gil Coles beat Yasser. Yasser, my partner, so I got mad and I said I'm gonna go against Gil Coles. Gil Coles went out there and beat me. I said, let me get a rematch. He said immediately. And then he kicked my ass again. So I just said, God damn, he just knocked me out the box. So him and Marlo go together, and Marlo went out there and got the dub. You know what I'm saying? But man, I think
I had to treat him like his name was Ugas. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that motherfucker went against Eric R. I think Eric R went out there and took him down too. He might have beat him in like a trilogy or something. I can't remember. But he went out there and beat him though. But Gil Cole's a formidable foe. That's why he a 3.5 on the scale. Gil Cole's and finished in the top 10 on the channel rocks. D-Lo said you need, okay, I read them. Scroll down. Where I'm at. Charles D said there was a video or this shit. No, there was a video that the man made on his channel. It says Marlo's Corner and Trey X, my newest victims. That's what it says. Something about me being a victim or us being a victim. Yeah, I ain't take too kindly to that shit. I see people all in the comment section laughing and all that kind of shit. I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I got something for him. Let's see if he can stay up with me. Let's see. And I'm talking shit from behind. I'm in 36th place talking shit. See, it take a good man to do that. I ain't a front running cur. I ain't gonna be in first place talking shit. I'm gonna be behind talking shit. Cause I know I'm gonna come back like Jordan on your ass. Fourth quarter. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm like a Kobe. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I talk shit from 36th place and deliver. Like a motherfucker. D-Lo said, yeah, I move around on here networking and such, but I only really fuck with a few. Yeah, man. Trying to be friends with everybody is some fake shit, bro. I'm not like that in real life. Y'all might be surprised, but I don't really fuck with people in real life. I only talk as much as I have to. I save all of my talking for y'all. And a lot of the time when we come through and we don't do no live stream, it's because I done too much talking already that week. I don't like doing a bunch of fucking talking. You know what I'm saying? I was the only child growing up. I'm not real friendly. I got friends and shit like that, but I ain't talking and calling them every motherfucking day and all that kind of shit. I'm just not like that. If you call my phone, it's gonna be on do not disturb because I hate to hear that bitch ring. You know what I'm saying? Either you gonna catch me with a chick or you gonna catch me by myself. That's just the way it goes. I do love the company of women, not when they talk too much, but I do love the company of a very lovely young lady. But that's what you gonna catch me with. You ain't better catch me with no bunch of niggas hanging out and all that kind of shit. That's just not how I roll. You know what I'm saying? I got love for the people but this is the thing though. I look at people as being my inside people or my outside people. So if I look at you as an inside person, you will get a different side of me. Like D-Lo called me one time when I had the flu and I talked to him for 2 hours. I wouldn't do that shit with too many people. I talked to the man for 2 hours. Me and Marlo, we done talk for hours on the phone. That's my brother. I fuck with him. I look at him as an inside person. But I don't look at everybody like that though. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If you one of my inside people, I fuck with you tough like that. Otherwise, not so much. You know what I'm saying? But my Block fam people, y'all been fucking with us for years. I definitely appreciate y'all, all the support that y'all done gave us and shit. I fuck with y'all tough. Even if we bump heads and all that kind of shit. Me and Marlo done bump heads. Me and Marlo used to argue like a motherfucker sometimes. It's been years since we done that. But it just is what it is. It was just two alpha male type motherfuckers. And we over here trying to figure it out.
Hey, that
Once we got
motherfucker Kurt used to be paranoid, like we really finna fight through the computer and shit. That shit used to be crazy. I be like, man, chill out, Kurt. Chill out.
we both was like that. That motherfucker Kurt used to be like, man, y'all calm down, y'all brothers and all that. Cause now, Kurt, we just trying to figure it out, man. We
Rest in
good.
peace,
Don't even
Kurt,
worry about
man.
it. Yeah, and then at the same time, anybody that done had a brother or a cousin, or anybody that you close to, y'all gonna bump heads every now and then. That's just what it is. That's just life. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't ever look at it like, oh man, fuck that nigga, man. I ain't fucking with that nigga no more. It wasn't never nothing like that. It was just us trying to figure the shit out. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? That's all the shit was. And then at the end, before we got off, it was always, all right, my nigga, I'm gonna get with you. All right, good night, my nigga. It wasn't never no man, fuck you, nigga. It wasn't never nothing like that. Well, we'll have a spirited debate every now and then. But like I said, when we get off the phone, it'd be like, all right, my nigga, I'm gonna get with you. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? This my nigga all day. He one of my inside people. So, he get that different treatment. Um, Haplotypes, I like being cool with everyone, just me. You do your thing, you have my support. Now, you can be cool with who you want to, but I just think it's fake. You can try to be cool with everybody, but the fact of the matter is, not everybody's gonna like you, even you. I hate to break it to you, but not everybody's gonna like you. And if you always twisted and turning so you can fit with other people, that makes you fake to me. It's a motherfucker that come over here. I ain't gonna say his name. He a OG, so I ain't gonna put him on blast. But he got on our panel talking about how he was fucking with some people that was talking down on me and Marlo. Me and Marlo, we don't talk down on nobody. He didn't give us no names. All he did was get on our panel talking about, oh yeah, I was with some people and they was talking bad about y'all. That made me not like him with his friendly ass. I always got to be friends with everybody. My brother, my brother. Fuck all of that, nigga. I'm gonna be 100 with you. See, the thing about me, you ain't got to worry about me pretending with you. If I'm gonna sit, if I tell you that I fuck with you, I mean it. I ain't gonna be just saying this shit just so you can like me or so you can be my friend. Because to be honest with you, this YouTube shit ain't even all that important to me. I have no problem going back doing what the fuck I was doing before YouTube. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate YouTube. I like YouTube, but it don't define me. So I'm not about to go around acting like a certain way so people are like me. Take it or leave it. This is my personality. If you like it, that's cool. If you don't, I don't give a fuck. This is me. So I'm just gonna be real. That's all I'm saying, just being real. Hyphy, okay, let me scroll down. D-Lo said it's been a long time since I've been in the top 10 this late, so I definitely want to finish strong. Yeah, let's bust up in that top 10, man, and go deep in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? We running mates right now, and salute to my boy, hip hop number one. This is his first season up in there. He right behind me. Haplotype doing a good job. He top 16 or whatever the fuck he is. He doing a good job. This is his first season. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking that away from the motherfucker. Uh Haplotype said came to picking Deverenchenko over Mongiel, but I knew they'd give it to Mongiel if it was close. He talking about Glenn Johnson was the journeyman. Joseph Brown said, I'm cool on fucking with a lot of people. Boxing is the most social that I am. Yeah. Yeah, really, I'm just talking about being real. It's not really like a number thing, but if you have to change your personality around certain people, like let's say you like a channel, let's say you cool with a channel, but you go around certain people and now you can't say that. Because that's the way it is with us. Like a lot of people, they like our channel. But when they go around certain people, they can't say that shit. You see what I'm saying? That make you fake to me. If you can't be yourself everywhere you go, you fake. That's just what that is. See, I can be myself anywhere I go because I keep it 100 and everybody knows this. Ain't no pretending with me. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I ain't got to have everybody liking me. That shit's fucking impossible. It doesn't happen.
A lot of people sit around and watch motherfuckers just lie on us and know it was a lie. You know what I'm saying? So,
and our subscriber count didn't even go down. People wasn't even subscribing. That just let you know the mentality. It's several people that used to fuck with us and they don't fuck with us no more. Ever since we got into it with some certain people. You see what I'm saying? To me, that's fake. That's fake. Be yourself. D-Lo said, yeah, I'm considered a recluse by some, but it's just to keep my inner circle tight and I don't have to be seen and shit to feel fulfilled. I'm cool as fuck chilling by myself, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Shit, if you don't like your own self, shit, it's a problem. Joseph Brown said, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you truth gives no fuck. Yeah, the truth don't give a fuck. D-Lo said, man, after that impersonation, you may as well say that that's that man's name, my brother. You know exactly who I'm talking about, huh? And I'm gonna tell you how real I am. Because I used to go fuck with another channel to support him. Like he sent me over there. Well, he didn't send me, he invited me. And I went over there to fuck with the channel. And I was over there getting on the panel and supporting and all kind of shit. But I don't go no more. And the reason that I don't go is because this man pissed me off when he got on my on our panel with that shit. Talking about how he was hanging with some people that was talking down on us and then don't say no names. So, but look, instead of going to the other channel and telling the other guy, like, hey, I don't like your boy. I didn't do that shit. I allowed myself to be viewed as the bad guy. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. I'm not gonna go talk down on another man to his friend. I'm not gonna do that shit. I would rather both of y'all look at me as the bad guy than me go to your friend and tell you, look, man, I don't like your partner because of what he said. I'm not gonna do that. Look at me as the bad guy. That's fine. I can take that shit. I'll wear the black hat. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, everybody ain't gotta like me. You know what I'm saying? Haplotypes, I never change my personality for anyone. Well, that's good then. Just understand everybody ain't gonna like you then. If you're gonna keep it 100, everybody ain't gonna like you. Haplotype say same guy every anywhere I go also. D-Lo said, yep, when motherfucker tried to tell me to stop fucking with y'all, I stopped fucking with them. Yeah, man, man, if people don't think that we solid, man, it's something wrong with you. Shit, we ain't changed nothing since we've been on YouTube. I don't even be going on rants. Go ahead, bro.
I was thinking about something when you was talking. I said the reason why a lot of motherfuckers don't like us is because we kept it real with their motherfucking ass. No other reason. They start making up lies about us all because we kept it real. The truth don't have no feelings, man.
And we in a good mood most of the time. I go on a rant like once a year or once every 9 months or something like that. You might get a rant like you're getting today. You know what I'm saying? But this rant right here was inspired by disrespect. That's the only reason I'm going on the rant. But nigga, we be cool. We ain't changed nothing, man. We don't do nothing no different. We don't be talking about no headlines. We don't be talking about no fuck shit, nigga. We be talking about boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's just all it is. And so I just feel like we've been solid since we started this shit. I don't see nobody coming through talking about we done changed up and we doing this and doing that. I just feel like we done just stayed on the line. You know what I'm saying? Just told the line the whole time. D-Lo said the fitness channel. Yep. I let the guy over there think I'm the bad guy. He probably think I'm a a BAN, because I ain't been through, but it ain't got nothing to do with him. I just didn't like when the motherfucker got on the panel saying what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Who do y'all hear me and Marlo talking down on? What channel do y'all hear us talking down on? Yeah, I ain't appreciate that shit. But at the same time,
I'll wait.
I don't even bring it to him though. He come through and do trivia and all that shit. I just let him do the trivia. I don't even say shit. Yeah, if you want to come over here and give us some views and all that kind of shit, nigga, come give us some views. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He said what he said, what I'm supposed to say. He said what he said. I was listening.
Them designs, salute, sis.
There's them designs in the building. What's up with you? I appreciate you stopping through. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a big get well soon to your sister. I hope that she don't feel offended, but I did mention what she going through, and everybody sending prayers and well wishes. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely hope she'll be okay. And I think that you might be out of town. I want to say I saw a poster that you dropped earlier, and you said that you just pulled up to your spot out of town. You know what I'm saying? So have a safe trip while you're out there, and have a safe trip back home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, have a safe trip. Most definitely well wishes to sit.
Absolutely. Cyber Supreme TV say real, recognize real. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people that's been fucking with us, man, been fucking with us for years. We ain't really just got like a lot of just new subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Most people that come through here been fucking with us since at least 2019, 2020. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo said, y'all ain't ever asked me not to fuck with anyone, so my decision was easy as fuck. Oh, yeah. We ain't gonna never say that shit, man. Make your own decision. Haplotype said, I already said not everyone likes me. You missed that one. Okay, I did. Joseph Brown said, straight facts, Marlo. Ms. Dempsey's on said, hey, Trey and Marlo. Hello, everyone in the chat. Tweez Lamar said, y'all don't talk down on nobody. Nah, man. We just try to keep it boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we actually love boxing. Like, boxing is supposed to be a positive thing. It's supposed to be a good thing. And I look at YouTube as a good thing because, like, it connects people all over the country, all over the world, really. So, really, I like to just focus on the positive aspects of this shit. Sometimes you gotta, like, pay attention to the negativity because people gonna bring it to your front door sometime. But overall, I think this is some good shit. Like, I never thought I would be cool with nobody from New York, for example. I got into it with some New York people when I was in my early 20s because of the way that I talk. And I just felt like I was never going to be cool with them type of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They think that we country and we slow down here. We talk slow. They think that we ain't up to speed as far as our mental capacity and shit like that. And plus, he ain't like the group of people. They ain't like when I said what's going down with y'all boys. They ain't like that shit. They thought that was disrespectful. And people in the South, they always thought that New York niggas was corny. That's what I grew up listening to because I used to like Jay-Z and shit back in the day. And they be like, man, take that corny ass shit out the deck. My pops took that shit out one day and threw my shit out the window like a frisbee. I was mad at motherfucker too, but I wasn't tripping too bad because it was that Blueprint 2 shit, and that shit wasn't that good anyway. Now, if he would have threw my Reasonable Doubt out the window or my Volume 1, it might have been a problem, you know what I'm saying, between me and my old man. But it's just the way they view people like that. But since we done been on YouTube, I get a chance to talk to people from different places, and I see that we all got a lot in common. We got way more in common than we have differences. And I think that's some player shit. So we just like to focus on the positivity and the good shit that go on. You know what I'm saying? So nah, we ain't talking down on no motherfucking channels. Haplotype say, Marlo and Trey have kept it real 100. That's why I love the channel. Yeah, man, we got love for you, Haplotype, even though you rain, man. You know what I'm saying? But you, my man, I fuck with you already know. Dems Zazan said, yes, amen. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Hope she get well. Dems Zazan said, yes, I am out of town and I'm so stressed about not being there. Yeah, I know you want to be by your sister's side and stuff like that. She did come out of nowhere when she said that. Yeah, I hope she be okay, man. She had told me her temperature shot back up. I definitely didn't like to hear that. You know, so I told her she better take her butt to the doctor. Because I don't want to hear about no brain damage or nothing. Because when you get off into them hot temperatures, that can be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So I hope she be okay, man. D-Lo said boxing is supposed to be a great unifier. Social media. Here we have the two merged together and motherfuckers spend more time beefing and building. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna be on that, man. We're gonna just stay with the positive. I love the positive energy that we have on the channel. Everybody come through, have fun. We watch the fights, call the fights. Everybody go home happy. Ain't been no beefs. Ain't nobody doing no tripping. It's all good. Even Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. D-Lo is rolling with Terrence Crawford. My man Napoleon is rolling with Terrence Crawford. A few of my niggas is rolling with Terrence Crawford. Robert Stewart rolling with Terrence Crawford. Me and Marlo, we rolling with Earl Spence. Ain't no friction. We ain't doing no tripping, nigga. We ain't butted heads one time over this fight. We might go back and forth in a debate, talk a little shit, but ain't nobody really just getting all out of hand with it though. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's the reason why we really ain't been talking about it. We already know each other's perspective. We just can't wait to see this motherfucker.
Absolutely. Yeah, we ain't really got much to talk about. Ain't no mystery shit. We already know what it is. Haplotype said, okay, talking to Miss Dems Design. Absolutely, man. I appreciate y'all. Tweez Lamar say facts. D-Lo say praying for a swift recovery. Absolutely. Haplotype said, I had a 106 once. That was crazy, guy. I don't think I've even heard of a motherfucker having 106-degree temperature. Yeah, that's some wild shit, man. I'm glad that you're good.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
absolutely. But we're gonna go ahead and shut it down, man. We done talked enough. I done came in here and went on a unplanned rant. All it took was Eric Carr mentioning the goddamn Chan Ross and that nigga's on 6, and boom, here I go. Because I've been holding back them motherfucking shots all this time. I'm looking at them on the list. I'm looking at them falling, and I'm rising. We rise up. I can't sing. I wish Miss Aubrey Brown was here so she could sing for me. How we rise up.
Hey, hold up. Haplo said, don't forget my plate of crow. I got Crawford too.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, like, the people that's going for Crawford, it ain't no friction. It's all good. Pick who you gonna pick. Serve your crow, eat your crow. That's the only qualifications or the only consequences or whatever that's going on, man. We all cool.
Talk your shit, all that.
Yeah, I had some people kick me off a panel back in the day. Before matter of fact, me and Marlo, we had just started doing YouTube together. I went to my old channel. They over there, big Crawford supporters. I came over there talking about Spence, and they kicked me off the motherfucking panel and blocked me. You know what I'm saying? So some people just take that shit way more seriously than a lot of people, but we ain't like that though, man. Whoever you pick, man, that's your pick. Stand on your pick. May the best man win, man. It's boxing. It's fun. And we all gonna have a good story that we can tell to our grandkids and all that kind of stuff 20 years from now, 30 years from now. We got a chance to see one of the biggest fights of the era. We all saw it with our boxing family on social media. It was a good time. Everybody was getting along, and we just talked our shit and had fun. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo said, Haplotype said they threw me in the ice water and it felt like knives when he had that big fever like that. Man, I'm glad you're good, bro. Square business. D-Lo said, yeah, the one thing I believe is that regardless of who we got, we all want to see the fight. Not everyone does, absolutely. At least we want to see the fight. You know what I'm saying? Whoever win, whoever lose. Cyber Supreme said, peace and blessing, man. I appreciate you coming through, bro. Tweez Lamar said he got Earl. Go ahead.
No, I said peace, bro. Catch you on next.
D-Lo said, we have y'all's crow on order. We using meals to go. They ship to Texas and Cali regularly. All right, we gonna see about that, bro. Joseph Brown said, yeah, that's how we do it. You win, pop your shit, you lose, eat that crow. Absolutely. Haplotype said, just feel like Crawford is a virtuoso and is a specialist. I ain't mad at your assessment, man. We ain't never came in here and said Crawford couldn't fight. You know what I'm saying? We got a problem with the strength of schedule. We just felt like he was being elevated a little bit too far. Like my man D-Lo said, we think they put cables on it. When he not what he said, but like he say, we think they put cables on it when he went out there and won undisputed. You know what I'm saying? We just didn't think that was just the most spectacular thing in the world. I mean, it was a great accomplishment. But if you look at the people that he had to beat to get there, that's why we had a problem with the shit. And he definitely got a step up fight coming this week. July 29th. But you can also say that Earl Spence Jr. might got a step up fight coming this way too. So we gonna see. We just got to see him fight. D-Lo says static versus dynamic. Give me dynamic. All right. I ain't mad at you. I guess he talking about Earl Spence and Crawford. But we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Definitely appreciate y'all coming through. Much love to everybody. We was on a lot longer than I planned on. I gotta go find me something to eat. That's probably why I've been in here doing all this goddamn talking. Because when my blood sugar start getting low and I get hungry and shit, that's when I start going off a little bit. I guess I'm hangry. So I'm gonna go find something to eat, man. Salute to everybody. We're gonna try to call the fight this weekend. If not, we're gonna come back for the Carlos Adames fight. Salute to everybody. Y'all have a good night.
Most definitely. Y'all already know. It's always fun. Respect chopping it up with y'all, man. Appreciate y'all support coming through. Appreciate y'all opinions. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Catch y'all this weekend. If we don't, y'all know we be back on the next one. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls, the fuck out my gym.
You heard him.
Peace.
Yeah.